Alright guys, looks like we are back once again, and you've missed just one goal on the side of BSDK. It was from Rahul the second time. Good aerial into the bottom, top left, and that could be another opportunity. Rahul putting that into the center. Chaos dropping the center again. jhzer, this time a good clear, but ends up being for Rahul again. And Blackout, besides that one aggressive play, haven't really shown anything so far.
No, they're definitely not looping together as they should be. I mean, they do have a good, decent spread. Like, they're covering a reasonable amount of angles, but we know BSDK is just such a hyper-aggressive team. They're finding just the little kinks in the armor, you know. So it'll be interesting to see whether they can actually put some kind of offensive pressure going and just take it off some of these long looping plays that BSDK are putting forward.
With 1 minute 14 left on the clock, Blackout has to step up. It's just game one. It's a best of 3. It's also double elimination, so they have a couple of opportunities. But if you would take out BSDK right now, that would be an opportunity to build up some massive momentum. So far, they're moving forward a bit more. It's just not really doing anything. Rahul with a good pass there. Chaos is not ready to receive it. Sam has some trouble. Drags it across the net. Hagen back to Gohan, and that was atrocious.
So sloppy. Like, this is what I was noting from the BSDK guys yesterday. Just taking it on your roof towards the middle whilst being pressured is just a big no-no. And followed up by a terrible clear afterwards. That is going to be the third goal. Really quite easy. These are being gifted to this BSDK squad.
44 seconds left. Blackout has to do something. And that is Hagen taking it forward. Playing Rahul there in the corner. Gets another opportunity. Good control there. Opens up the goal for Sam. That is a lovely shot. Hitting wide, unfortunately. Hitting the woodwork. It's not over yet. Can they continue what BSDK has pretty much done all game long? And for a siege, 20 seconds left. Hagen, opportunity for him, but he puts it way too wide. Giving up the ball, essentially. Rahul, easy time popping it over jhzer there, but nobody's there. Ball is pretty much dead in the midfield. Rahul is there. With 12 seconds left on the clock, I think we will have the first winner of the first game.
Yeah, and is that going to be one more? Not quite. Hagen going to let it drop. Yep, 3 seconds. This is probably going to be the final scoreline. jhzer. Actually, that was a decent clear. Probably one of the better clears we've seen from Blackout right on the last second. But hey, that is the first game over to boosted semi-decent kids. What a name. And yeah, should I be surprised? I don't know. I think BSDK is certainly playing a hell of a lot better than yesterday.
I don't really see Blackout performing, I have to say.
No.
I know we can expect them to play better. At least they haven't had as many double commits as in the beginning, which pretty much resulted in the first goal for Rahul. The second one was just defensive blunders as well. So I think if they sort it out, it will definitely be closer. I don't think... well, basically, BSDK wasn't really forced to show their weakness in defense yet, so...
No.
I don't know.
And it's also worth noticing that we've actually got Rahul coming in for Trollbot today.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Trollbot was one of the... In fact, was the most scoring player. Most shots per game, most goals per game from yesterday. But I think Rahul brings... he's much more of a glue than Trollbot is. Trollbot can kind of get slightly tunnel visioned into making flashy plays, but Rahul usually tries to look for the pass and much better with looking on the field as to where everyone is and trying to find the gaps to then fill in. So maybe that's the bit of stability coming in from Rahul entering the squad for this final day.
I still don't think Blackout is out of this.
No,
Jack, what do you think? After game one, I've seen you guys rooting for BSDK, but do you think Blackout has a chance? I still believe in Blackout. I think they can get it to game 3, which would be great, right? Extended series are always a good thing. Well, here we go. Second game between Blackout, BSDK, Sam and Chaos facing in the kickoff. Rather neutral here. Who is back? Cheating up has been rather successful, but Hagen's clear finds Chaos in the midfield. Such a weak shot that it's not really threatening at all, but Sam somehow makes it awkward for Blackout. Wide clear in the midfield. Finally gives him some room to recalibrate. Immediate pressure from BSDK. Blackout jhzer. That is not a good clear. Fortunately, Chaos decides to puts it up the wall.
Yep, unfortunately not able to connect in the second time with there, but the entire of his team was already rotated back. Gohan's actually going to miss that clear. Sam's got an opportunity, but in the end rushed it. I think Gohan was just about back on his feet by the time that came in anyway. But a bit of pressure here coming out early. A defensive pinch, managing to get a huge clearance. And the play is completely reset now as Rahul tries to take it center. So it's gonna easily catch it on the wall, take it out himself though.
But it doesn't do anything. There's always a player from BSTK waiting in the midfield to catch on the ball. Chaos creating trouble there. That clear finds Gohan, but he misses it for Rahul, and that is an open net for now. Sam cannot recover. Gohan is back in time. 2 players from Blackout on the right side of the field. Dizzo popping that one. Actually works out. Sam has an opportunity, and that is an exposed net. Chaos cannot put it onto the crossbar. And in fact, Blackout punishing BSTK for the aggressive playstyle for the first time.
Oh, if not for Sam. I mean, it was going to be 2v1 in the offense for BSTK if Sam had not managed to get such a good landing on the wall there. Brilliant recovery from him. And yeah, slotting it home. Slotting on a 1-0 scoreline. Blackout actually showing themselves to be slightly aggressive coming into this game too, which is exactly what they needed.
On the wall there. Another shot on the net. Rahul is back. Back post rotation from him. A touch doesn't find Chaos, but he gets the 50-50 nevertheless. Hagen and Sam both in the half of BSTK. Can they make something happen? No. Immediate turnaround from Rahul there. Chaos opportunity, but Hagen is on the line. Just popping that one up. Massive chaos there in the side of Blackout's defense. Go an opportunity for the beautiful tap down. And the equalizer for BSTK.
Yeah, that was so messy again. It looked like all 3 players from Blackout wanted to get that clearance in the end. So loosely popping it up for Rahul to pass Gohan. And great vision from Gohan just to slot it in that top left corner. And they get the equalizer.
He can pop that down with the back end of his car.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that was a great shot.
Anyway, 3 minutes left. Sorry that I cut you off there. That was what we were about to say. But, yeah, it looks like Blackout have found their way in. Sam making it interesting for no reason. Gets the touch nevertheless. Aggressive rotation from BSTK once again. Wide clear from Hagen. Found his way there. No, it hits the woodwork twice. BSTK being kind of fortunate there in defense, but that is what Blackout needs. They're punishing the rotation from BSTK, which is super aggressive. Here we go, Chaos. Shot opportunity onto the back wall. Dizzo is not able to clear it. Opens up the net for Gohan. Going back to Rahul. Shot for him, but he misses it. And that gives Blackout some time to breathe.
Finally, yes. Chaos is just going to waste a bit of time over the side here. He's going to follow this one. A good hit from Dizzo. That's going to drop really quite nicely. Rahul managing to get the clearance. Very much needed. Again, Hagen, very sort of blind touches. Not really with any other goal other than to hit it forwards, which, again, as we go forward in this tournament, these teams are going to have to learn that you've got to pass these... They've got to pass between each other if they're going to have a chance to get past some of these defenses. So it'll be interesting to see which of these teams actually starts doing that first.
And on the other hand, we have BSTK, which actually doing a good job of keeping the ball in their possession. While I'm saying that, Hagen is moving it forward, fakes the challenge, looks for a 50-50, but Gohan is there. Taking it upon himself to clear that one, finds Dizzo in the midfield. But Rahul and Chaos both really can't go for a clear there, hindering themselves. Works out just fine, beautiful touch from Chaos to Rahul, but he finds Sam on the other side in the defense. And look at that, Blackout is just giving up the ball for no reason, or enabling Chaos for a shot opportunity, but Dizzo is back in time.
Yeah, they're shadowing it. They're shadowing it from both sides. And now they're even double committing in the net. I think they're giving way too much room to this BSTK squad. And look at the clearances. They had a chance there to slow the pace down and try and get something decent going forwards. But instead, they leave the goal wide open. Again, wide clears rather than long clears. Might well be their downfall.
So far, it looks like none of the teams actually have a game plan. It's just hitting the ball. BSTK on the other hand, they try passing plays like that. That could be an opportunity. But Chaos misreading the ball there. Good pass from Rahul across the net of Blackout. But yeah, it looks like BSTK haven't really done what they've done in game 2 either. Missed that. Could be an opportunity for Hagen. Rahul is there, reacting in time. Dizzo trying to put that one center. But the touches are just not good enough. 50-50 between Dizzo and Rahul. Ends up wide clear for BSTK. 24 seconds left on the clock. So I think Blackout, they have to step up even more.
Ooh. Gohan, not quite. Rahul, almost threading the needle in defense there. Not quite managing it. So it's not over by any means. Almost all 3 players from Blackout on the wall here. Attempted pass towards the middle. And in fact, that is an open neck. Sam, if he had gotten a good contact on that, that would have been the decider. But hey, we're going to the first overtime of day 3.
Yeah, it is in game 2. Yeah, it is already in game 2 between Blackout and BSDK. But I have to say, I think at this point it just comes down to one lucky hit. Because, all like that, Chaos centering it for Dizzo, almost reading that one. Who was there to kind of deny the goal for Blackout? But they're already starting rather strong in this first overtime, 24 seconds in. Already one big chance. But now it is BSDK on the other side. Going just smashing that across the field. But there's Rahul, good pinch from him. And Sam, look at that, just handing it over to Rahul again. Chaos is up, Chaos can score those shots, we know that. But Sam denying him the overturn goal.
Yeah, interesting choice of passing. Of all the times for them to start passing, right there was probably not the best time to start. In the end, passing it onwards. But at least Blackout are getting some sort of challenges in the BSDK half. Chaos is going to meet that high, as he does so often. Even Gohan tapping at center. No one's there ready for it, though.
Ooh.
Awkward touches.
But so many, yeah, awkward touches. It's probably the best description. Lots of just hitting the ball. You were talking about it in game 1, and that could be open. That was Rahul doing. Sam is dead. Finally, he finds his way in, making it super close as well. But I think it was the right decision to put it bottom left.
Oh, both of them. So unfortunate going in, and yeah, he just about managed to barrel that one into the bottom left. Hey, Blackout take game 2, and we're going to have a game 3 in the very first series of the day. It is even, and we were asking the chat earlier what they thought, and again, we have giveaways going through this chat going forward, so your own prediction will be in itself an entry into the giveaway, so do let us know what you think in the chat. They've both shown that they can score, and I'm not sure what they've shown where they can pass so much, but it'll be interesting to see. I think either of them could take the game 3 here. So,
I mean, after the performance on BSDK, despite them having a strong start in game 1, I don't know who's going to take this away. So
they seem to be quite
yeah.
They seem to, they're sort of I don't know whether they're more momentum based or whether they're just they've got a certain X factor to them which can or cannot be turned on in certain matches.
But I mean, I was talking about it earlier, right? As soon as they have to go into defense, they struggle, which we have seen in game 2 quite a lot. So if Blackout finds a way to build up their game, to build up some momentum, I see them winning this 100%. But on the other hand, BSDK rather strong in offense too. Maybe they find their way in now that they're on the line. Maybe that's the little bit that they needed to show up once again. First 15 seconds have been rather slow in comparison to the last 2 games.
Yep. Vague hits from end to end. Not really taking much advantage either way. Defense rotation isn't actually too bad from BSDK. They are finally going to change up. But Chaos coming out so far from his net when no one else was rotating behind. A good period of pressure from Blackout. It's going to be Hagen taking it in. That's decent. Chaos is going to take that up. Rahul weirdly shadowing behind him. Makes an awkward position here. But unfortunately, Blackout Sam was unable to get the pass center.
Yeah, but I like the aggression for Blackout. They noticed that they have some troubles in the defense, the BSDK that is. But BSDK themselves not putting out the good clears here. Touch from Gohan gets cleared from Sam in the end, but it's still messy. That could be Hagen's opportunity. Chaos putting that in front of Sam. Sam not getting a clear hit there. Ends up being an easy time for Chaos. Now we see Rahul hammering it across the field, but nobody's there, so he has to follow himself. But Sam is nice enough to help him out. There's an opportunity for Gohan, and he's not letting that one go. 1-0 for BSDK.
Yeah, I was just saying how the spacing was so terrible for BSDK on his own side. Hagen and Sam, neither of them really committing to the full-on 50-50 in that corner there, which one of them needed to do. But hey, you give free rein to BSDK in such an easy position on the pitch. They're going to score it.
Yeah, it looks like BSDK, they have picked up some momentum. As we talked about earlier, Blackout back to game 1, having troubles to get the ball out of their half. As we can see, Dizzo is there to help Hagen out, but there's an opportunity. Sam on the line, puts it to the crossbar, but there's Chaos putting in the second goal for BSDK, and at this point they're just running away with the game.
Again, double committing defense. Dizzo and Hagen both going for the clear, neither getting a decent one at that. And the last goal line attempt decent save, but with no one else to back you up, it's fairly easy for one extra from BSTK to be there, as they usually are, right at the forefront of the play.
Oh, good shot from Chaos. Is that going to be it? No, there's Hagen. Last second save the post. Is that good enough? Another one from Hagen. He's trying to keep Blackout in the game. Remember, it's still a bit more than 3 minutes. Enough time for Blackout to come back from this. Here we go. BSTK giving Blackout some space to do something. Chaos is forced to pressure that one. Pinch goes nowhere. But the pass on the other hand from Dizzo doesn't do anything themselves. Hagen opportunity, puts it wide into the corner. Both teams still continuing their weak hits.
Yep. I'm liking that BSTK are trying a little bit more of passing, and even Blackout had a couple of passes, but that's an open goal. Sam's backflip not going to get punished very hard there. Luckily for him. So you're going to play it midfield. Hagen with a good shot. Oh, unable to get his roof up. The flat Dominus not paying him any advantage there. But a good hard shot from Hagen there. And unfortunately, easy goal in the end.
I mean, that should have been clear, honestly, but it opens up the door for Blackout for a potential comeback. Just entered the second half of the match. Blackout, they seem to not given up yet, which is a great sign. Hagen can clear it wide. He sees Sam there. First type of passing play that I see between Blackout. Ends up putting pressure on BSTK. But the ball is just bouncing left and right in the midfield. And there's Dizzo. Good shot for him. Rahul again this time. Getting the clear to the side. Ends up pinching it with the ball as well, giving BSTK some time to breathe. And a potential counter-attack too.
Yeah, Blackout for a moment there. Had that extra touch gone through, they would have been in a lot of trouble. But they still are from the looks of it. That's long and looping. Both Gohan and Chaos going to miss the shot. Everyone expected everyone else to take a part at it. And even managed to in the end. In fact, that's an open net again. Dizzo with an awkward rotation. Just about managed to get up in time. Gohan leaving it to Rahul. Chaos trying to find the other end of that. You see how much they're hitting up towards the ceiling. In fact, that's very awkward bounce down from the rolling edge of the roof. Gohan going to take the center. I think finally, they may just be able to get it clear. Dizzo going to tap that one up, giving them a bit of time and space to breathe.
We're just about to hit the last minute. Is Blackout capable of coming back from this? BSTK are the ones who are trying the most. Hagen not reading that bounce. Sam, on the other hand, missing it too. And now Rahul has an opportunity. He's trying to drag in midfield. That's a decent pass, but Dizzo came all the way from the net to make sure he contests that one early. Good interception. But that is an off clear for Hagen again. Fortunately, Rahul is not capable of getting that one towards the net. 40 seconds left on the clock. Lots of misses on both sides. Dizzo coming in yet again. That one drops center. Is anybody from Blackout there? Clear finds Sam and he takes it away from Hagen. I'm not sure why. You only have 27 seconds left. Dizzo finally clearing that one to this corner. Gets another touch, but Gohan is already there. That one drops awkwardly towards net. Nobody from BSTK there challenge that ball whatsoever.
No, but the pressure goes on, and that is the easiest goal you're ever going to see for Gohan. He's not going to slap the horse in the mouth. Easy hit from Rahul, and Sam, what are you doing, sir? Sitting way away from the goal, waiting to go on the backboard, whilst two of his own teammates were in that corner. Bad defensive decision making. And that looks like, with that, Blackout is going to be going into the lower bracket. And we'll see BSTK. They're going to get another one. A little 1-2. Tippy tapping in the offense. And Chaos Adam just booking their place.
And Sam just passing it to Gohan. Apparently the best passing play in this series has been between Blackout and BSTK together. Unfortunately. And all the hopes are crushed now. BSTK, they will move on into the semi-finals, while Blackout will be battling it out in the lower brackets. And Rahul finishes the game with a lovely sitting shot. Why not?
Why not? I mean, I knew Rahul had... I mean, he's known for taking it up the sides and passing middle, or going from the middle in a midfield sort of shot. But I haven't seen him do that very often. Lovely to see a good seating shot any day of the week, though.
Yeah, well, it doesn't really matter, right? So if there's no pressure, apparently he can show up. Just kidding, Rahul's our boy, right? So just joking a bit. Yeah. Anyway, still, BSTK, you've been right with your prediction. People in chat have been right too. So, I was believing in Blackout, but they're not out. As mentioned earlier, it's a double elimination as always. So there is a possibility for Blackout to come back and potentially revenge themselves if BSTK moves forward in the semifinals.
Indeed. And it's actually interesting looking at the brackets. A lot of the teams from yesterday are actually doing very well in this first game. We'll come to that probably after the next break. But before we do, I believe we can get one of the moderators to go away and do the giveaway. And that is 2 winners for the first set of the Lime Animus and the Orange Animus, one after the other. So we'll let one of the moderators put that in chat and we'll announce that. But yeah, very good first game.
Yeah, it could have been better. There are lots of misses going on, unfortunately. But it has been the first game of the day, so teams are warming up, I guess. And I'm pretty sure there will only be improvement from now on. But yeah, we're currently waiting while we're waiting for the giveaway winner, or the giveaway winners, Slime and Orange.
There we go, there's the first one. Doodlemon, is that right?
Dudimon. Oh, Dudimon has won the first. So I think Dudimon has won the Lime Animus. Congrats to you, buddy. And we're currently waiting for the second one, who is going to take away an Orange Animus.
Yeah, so, again, it's solely based on whether you've talked within the last series.
Exactly. I think it's over the series plus break. Whoever talks the most in chat is being the most active.
Yep, and there we go. Vector1239 is the second winner of the giveaway. So that's Orange Animus going over to Vector1239. And as mentioned, there will be more of these coming out throughout the day. This is only our first one. We've got a Purple Sentio going up into this next series. But before we do that, I believe we're going to go into a break. I will just briefly mention we've got a Matcherino page. If you like what we're doing and want to donate to the prize pool for these players, then please do head over to the Matcherino page. We've run out of codes, unfortunately, but if you feel generous enough, then please do pop a penny in. Very much appreciated.
And also, we have some nice stuff for you guys in the break. We'll show you the best of CC5 Community Cup 5, which has happened a while ago. So in the breaks, you will see the best 10 goals dragged across the stream. And also, guys, keep spamming in chat, because after the next series, there will be a Purple Sentry for you guys to win. So yeah, keep it tight. We'll be right back and see you after the break.
It's in the air, Funky Wonky going for it. Makes contact actually, but this time nobody's at follow-up. Asterix in the air, gets him second hit in. Abe,
no way, what a goal!
That was amazing. That was just really good coordination, guys. Wow. Abe reads that perfectly, man. Look at that, just direct pass.
That was the 139 kilometers per hour. That was a perfect hit from him. Heber almost muffling that up for Navis. That would have been so sad.
Manjeet trying to do a little dribble and the doink, but no one's there and waiting. Dreadnought now with a great hit up pitch. Chaos
Dreadnought, no way! This guy's
and
insane. This guy's insane. This is like the second setup for himself. Look at that long clear. Chaos hitting the crossbar, cannot get to it. And Trilla reads it perfectly with the bounce shot underneath the crossbar. Bad Spodalite gets the clear, but Hagen is right there as well. Now Guacamole comes in, tries to set up himself. He does it. Guacamole with a great solo play.
Great hit down the middle and dribble from him. The ball coming to him straight center. The control on his car to be flipping midair, land straight in front of it, and then jump up to hit it on home.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Community Cup number 7 from Rocket League India. And after the first series between Blackout and BSDK, we will have another beautiful matchup for you guys. It is going to be between the all-time favorites and multiple winners of Community Cup, Rocket League India, Kakalukia versus Last Seconds, who had a rough time yesterday, but despite all the odds, managed to get into final days. And with all the odds, I'm a bit exaggerating, obviously, to make it sound more interesting. They're a good team, containing of Heba, JetSpark, and Apps Crazy. On the other hand, we have the all-time favorites lineup of Anudeep, Guacamole, and Spodelat. So it is going to be an interesting matchup, and I really hope Last Seconds have shown, or can show the performance they've shown yesterday to take on Kakalukia.
Yep, they were the top seed coming out of yesterday's tournament. And I believe they've got pretty much the same lineup as they had yesterday, so I'm looking forward to that. In fact, they had the highest saves per game of any team yesterday, which they are going to need, to put it lightly, against this Kakalukia squad, which I believe is the same squad that won, was it CT3 and 4? They won...
Oh, no, they win CC5? No, they did not win CC5.
No, that was different. This is the early squad with Spodelat.
Yeah, that was 4, I think.
Yeah, but we've seen these guys before, and we know they're very decent players. So this is regardless of what else happens, this is going to be such a high octane game. I'm very much looking forward to it. And as I said,
probably so this is in a sense, Kakalukia is probably the force to reckon with throughout the whole tourney. I know that Spodelat has been a bit AFK from the game, as well as Anudeep. So quite interesting if they have the old form that we've seen a couple months ago. So yeah,
for sure.
Sorry, you were trying to give us some more insights, I guess.
Well, it's more to mention that the next giveaway is going to be the Purple Sentio, and again, that's going to be throughout this next series. So do stay active in chat, and those we chosen like we did with the Animus. And Animus? Animi? What's plural of Animus? I don't know.
Enemy.
But with that said, I think we can get the teams into the game. We're going to see, as said, Kekalukia, Kikamori, Anudeep, Spodelat versus Last Seconds.
Alright, here we go. Spodelat and Apps Crazy check it in the kickoff. Ball goes high up in the midfield. Anudeep is there to pick it up. And Apps Crazy, first opportunity for a miss, opens up the net for Guacamole, but JetSpark with a heroic save keeps Last Seconds in the match. Only 20 seconds played, and we already see how this game might turn out if Last Seconds don't show up. Anudeep, another opportunity, puts it wide to the wall. And there's Guacamole trying to contest that ball. Flies past it miles. Apps Crazy now on the other hand, pinching that one forward. Vacuum opportunity. Apps Crazy yet again, but Guacamole is there for the save.
Yep, already 2 shots from Kakalukia, 2 saves from Last Seconds. And that's still going to be going towards that. The one thing we do know about Kakalukia is they are crazy accurate. Spodelat, gosh, how slow that was going. He saw the space and how much he managed to drag people out. Great pass from Anudeep. Apps Crazy and JetSpark need to realize that this is all part of the plan for Kakalukia. Drag the defenders out and then find the slots to send it home.
Exactly. Can you move on for a bit?
Sure. But that's going to be a kickoff goal? Or Spodelat making it 2? We were saying just a minute ago that he was potentially AFK for a while. But he seems definitely still nowhere to stick the ball.
Yeah, he also has 2 goals already. So Kakalukia coming in strong in this first game, giving Last Seconds a taste of how it is like to face the best Indian team. But JetSpark is not done yet. Finds Apps Crazy in the midfield. Passing play between Last Seconds is definitely going on. Interception. Anudeep is already high up. Finds Apps Crazy in the meantime. Not the best hit, but that puts some pressure on the defensive side of Kakalukia. How about again? Getting outsmarted there. Guacamole and Energy both going for that ball, and now nobody is going. I'm not sure what they're doing, handing over the ball to jhzer. That could be a potential counter-attack. Spoiler is there, but that bounces straight back into the midfield. Guacamole onto the crossbar for some reason. And that could have been the first goal for last second.
Brilliant save. I mean, we know this team is an all-round team. They know how to rotate properly, and they know how to move their car around to get these awkward saves. They're just going to keep those quite simple shots at bay. Interesting bump there from Guacamole. I'm not sure he intended fully for that, but it stopped the play dead. I'm going to try and take it center, and he's finding the angle. That's actually going to go center. Oh, not able to find the redirect. Boda now. Good 50-50. In fact, dropping straight down. Again, that awkward top rolling part of the goal. And finally they managed to get it out.
I like how last seconds is performing, actually. Despite them being down 2 goals in the first minute, the 1.5 minute that we've seen so far, they were actually performing. jhzer to Jetspark, and that is a beautiful passing play. I think jhzer completely faking out Spoiler in the defense there, not knowing when to contest. And that touch from Jetspark, well placed. And yeah, that was a good play overall.
Absolutely. Finding a little bit of weakness in this Kakariko defense. I mean, it's still anyone's game. Halfway through, there is only 1 goal difference. They let a couple of easy ones go past them in this first half, but good to know that they aren't completely infallible. I'm sure that is a good moral boost for this last second squad.
On the other hand, Kakalukia, they want to seal the deal. 2 minutes left on the clock. They had a favorable lead. There's Guacamole onto the back, but once again, Spoiler is there, but Heber is out of the goal. Good contest, good read from him, closing in the angle, too tight to make anything happen. Wide clear from Heber. Should be getting picked up by Guacamole right away. He bounces it straight back into the midfield, sets up himself. jhzer's up, beautiful shot onto the backboard once more. Energy is there, back to the backboard. Where's Spoiler? There he is. Shot is a bit wide, hitting the woodwork. And jhzer is desperately trying to put it out, almost putting that one self in. There we go. It's not over yet. Spoiler finding the open net finally. And what a siege from Kakalukia.
jhzer, not really sure what on earth he was going to do with that. Maybe should have left it for Jetspark. He seems to be in a much better place to shut that one out. But good vision from Guacamole. Just send it across. Spoiler, right place, right time, just to give that final touch in that back corner. So 3-1. 1 minute 40 on the clock.
Black doing that one into a position where Energy can actually get a good play of it. Energy obviously probably the best player in Rocket League India so far. Easy time playing that one. 1 minute 20. Jetspark again, another whiff. That is Guacamole with an opportunity, but there's jhzer making sure they don't get rid of all their opportunities to come back from this. That could be another one. Heber not quick enough to contest that one. Bounces into the midfield. There's an exposed net. Nobody was in the line for Kakalukia. Fortunately, Heber couldn't find the angle on the other side. Energy, beautiful touch in the midfield. Seeing there was last second was way too high up on the field, bringing them into a 3-goal lead.
Yep. Coming in from the side, I don't think jhzer really had much of an idea of how close Energy was to that ball. That was a classic recall shot, that one almost. From the midfield, long looping hit on a kind of redirect. Beautiful vision from Energy. And that will be their 4th.
Opportunity for Heber. Energy was beaten. Jetspark opportunity, but there's jhzer denying him the open net. That is not what you want to do last seconds, because there are only 40 seconds left. Clear from Guacamole. Finds his way to the wall. There's Energy looking for the passing play. Guacamole back to Energy, but there's Jetspark. Good interception on his side. 30 seconds left on the clock. Last seconds. It's literally their name what's happening right now. But don't think, with the performance they've shown right now, and Kakalukia being on the aggressive end, they will find their way back into this game.
No, it's not putting enough on the ball. Having way too much space for Kakalukia to do what they do best. But they haven't been completely out of it. It hasn't been so one-sided that I couldn't see last seconds coming back into it. I mean, this is only the first game, so we'll see whether they can improve it going to game 2 or whether this is Kakalukia playing easy mode. But that is game 1. 4-1 scoreline. Fairly impressive start already for this Kakalukia squad.
Yeah, but I mean, on last seconds, we've seen a theme that happens quite a lot across Indian teams. I mean, we've casted a couple of games So we kind of know what the Indian playstyle is, but lots of double commits again. The communication is not there on the side of last seconds. I mean, Kakalukia had a couple of whiffs in defense too. Last seconds was just not able to capitalize on the fact that Kakalukia has been struggling. On the other side, Kakalukia as deadly in front of the net as always. I mean, overall 8 shots. That's quite a telling story. Although we have on the other side 8 shots on the side of last seconds too, but just the conversion rate is not as good.
Yeah, I mean, we know Kakalukia have got really good accuracy, especially Yanadu. He seems to be able to shoot from pretty much any part of the field, as displayed so many times in previous tournaments. And I'm just glad also we see Spodolad coming back into his own. I mean, nothing too outlandish so far from this team. It's from fairly simple conversions from what was rather open defense on the side of last seconds. But not too bad, not bad start. And just a message to the chat, do let people know that this is going on. Big final day of Rocket League India Community Cup number 7. Let your friends know. Put it around Discord or Reddit. And spread the word and spread the love. Don't you make it better?
It only gets better from this point, right? Game 2 between Kakalukia and last seconds is going on in the meantime. Not the best touch from Epps Crazy, opening up the net for Anydeep, and he's not gonna let that one go. 11 seconds in, and Kakalukia getting rewarded for the early aggression.
Yeah, Epps Crazy coming in from the side. He had the opportunity to rotate back into net, but instead does a very, very woolly touch off to the side, which was actually a straight pass in the end. 2 Kakalukia players, and wow, what an interesting kickoff. Hitting such a strange part of the side ramp. Going to send it right the way into their net, and he's going to try and clear it. Just about manages to. Players at last seconds bated breath in the midfield. Didn't get their chance. There we go, Guacamole coming down, trying to plant it, doesn't quite get there, and this is actually going to be defensive counter-attack. It looks like they've just about managed to get their players back in defense. And they go on the charge once more.
Finally, last seconds seem to put some pressure on Kakalukia. But Epps Crazy gets intercepted by Energy right away. Double commit ends up being in their favor. Heber, can he get another touch? There's Epps Crazy, open net for him, onto the backboard. There's jhzer back to the backboard once again. At last seconds, they have just a couple opportunities, but they just don't find their way into the net.
Oh, that was so close. I've got to feel sorry for them. They must be facepalming so hard.
Oh no!
Still on the controller. They managed to get away with that one. Both players now going to try and get it out. Guacamole is just waiting on this side though. They're going to send it right the way back in. Spoda just shadowing in that midfield. And Adeep, again, great shot. Not quite with the angle. Guacamole back onto Spodolad. Should be easy for Upgrades to get it out. And here we go. Counter attack. Last seconds. Being beaten to the ball at 1. Epps Crazy almost getting the angle up. It's
just not good enough, is it? They're like the small adjustments in accuracy could help last seconds so much. jhzer right away intercepted by Guacamole. Energy is up versus 2. Spodolad is in the midfield. Double commit this time didn't work out for last seconds. Another one. Epps Crazy taking the ball away from jhzer and doesn't follow it up. jhzer was ready in the midfield, but there's Spodolad not recovering on the wall there. Energy popping that in the midfield. There's jhzer. Opportunity for him. It's a bit wide to the left. Nobody there to help out with that backboard pass. Epps Crazy picking it up in the midfield. Looking for an opportunity to center it, but doesn't really find the connection. Wide clear from Heber. Gets picked up by Energy in the corner. He just bounces it straight back into midfield, but there's Epps Crazy again. Passing attempt to Heber was actually on point. There's Spodolad on the wall. Good demo from Energy. But the shot from jhzer is there, and there's Heber finally following up the passing plays. Last seconds coming out strong with this attempt.
Yep, Spodolad really mispositioned in the defense. I mean, you could see what he was trying to do, was hoping that the pass wasn't to go so hard towards the center. But when you're on the side, just desperately trying to get up, that's only going to pop up and towards the middle. And Energy and Guacamole weren't sure on how best to actually go with that kind of touch. But that means it's level pegging again.
Ooh, Kakalukia, they notice that they have to step up their game. Look how aggressive they are. The ball just dropping down, but Epps Crazy is there. Back to Energy. Good interception from Heber. finally a wide clear, but there's Heather. Spotlight already high up in the air. Can he follow it up? That could be dangerous. Abs Crazy has to get to it. He does so. Puts it on the backboard, but there's an exposed net. Guacamole whiffing the shot. That could have been an opportunity. NOD doesn't find the center ball as well. And that gives Last Seconds some time to breathe. If they would clear it perfectly. Guacamole with the shot. JetSpark back on the line. And I think... No, Spotlight putting it straight back onto the net of Last Seconds. NOD isn't done yet, and JetSpark looking for a wide clear. Spotlight back. It's just back-to-back action. Kakalukia, they're not giving up whatsoever. But that clear, that cross doesn't find receiving end.
That one just might. Oh, Crawley nearly reading the clear from Heather. They're still going to try and get this out. But unrelenting pressure. In fact, that's dangerous. Spotlight just needs to tap it down. Doesn't manage to get the angle off his car. Batmobile not serving terribly well in that position. But hey, finally, Last Seconds get more than like a second on the ball. Into the Kakaluki half it goes. Energy almost on the connection of the pass there. Gonna try and take it out. Again, every ball seems to be beaten by Kakalukia. Nothing they're doing manages to get it as far out as they need to. That's a good interception again off the crossbar. All three players of Last Seconds desperately trying to get it out. You can just feel it in the air. You can feel
they're not really finding the clears. Heber missing the opportunity now to clear it and gets the save in the end, redeeming himself. Guacamole was already there. NOD, early aggression again. Can he get another touch? Yes, he can. Let's go scoreboards. And JetSpark is not able to save that one. Kakaluki are finally hitting that one in the net after pretty much 2 minutes of aggression only.
Oh, the 50-50 from Abs Crazy. Lost so hard against the Kakaluki player there. Set them up so well into the... right in front of net, into the box. And that was, again, fairly simple. Nothing too special, but so much build-up onto that play. You gotta feel for Last Seconds. They had a chance to potentially come back in this series, but I think with 4 seconds left to go, Lad, it's going to be the last touch on this, potentially. Oh, Headlock's going to take it middle. In fact, this isn't too bad an opportunity. Is that going to drop down? No, JetSpark. Unfortunate for JetSpark. That means Kakalukia is going to be going on in the winners bracket. And winners from yesterday's seeding tournament, Last Seconds, unfortunately, going down to the losers.
Yeah, but, I mean, it has been a major improvement on the side of Last Seconds in the second game. But on the other side, Kakalukia was showing up in the second game as well. That 2 minutes where they just continued pressuring Last Seconds net was quite impressive, I have to say. And that just lets us hope for an even better Kakalukia in the next series, which is going to be... Well, we don't know yet. So while we're waiting for the other team to finish so we can give you an update on the bracket, or you will see it on the screen. Nevertheless, we will have another giveaway in the chat. So you guys, be ready. Who will take away the Purple Sencho? It will be announced any seconds.
Yep.
So I hope you guys were active in the chat. I know I've seen some people being really active. I hope they get rewarded for it. Here we go.
Yeah, our own version of rewards. Not quite the RLI system, but as close as we can get it as we're going around. We want everyone to enjoy this as much as possible. And that said, again, do share this with your friends. This is such a big event for India. We want to celebrate it with as many people as possible. But here we go. If we get one of the moderators do the command, here we go. All I need is calling it. Whoa,
and there we go. Rotonics. Well, congrats to you, dude. You have a Purple Sencho for free in your inventory in the next couple of minutes. Make sure you contact a moderator, and he will give it to you in a short while. So yeah, that is it. Next up, guys, I mean, before we head into a break, we should probably announce that there will be now an orange Animus for you guys to win. So make sure you stay active in the chat. The winner will be announced, as always, after the next series, which will be match N on the bracket screen. Pretty sure there is a command, so if you guys want to check it out, make sure you do so. But we will see you guys after a short break. Get a snack, get something to drink, and we'll be right back.
On home. No chance for the defender. Yep, only 6 seconds. Counting down the final moments of game 1.
Is
Not
there going
good.
to be close? It's not over yet. Fibo is up. Ah, no, he actually cleared it for Cool Kids and
No way.
Dreno with the shot. No way! This is insane.
4-3! The buzzer beater goal to take game 1. I mean, he sailed up so high, and that barely. Oh, in fact, I could even hear locally that it hit the ground.
The second 0 goal. There was no time anymore. If it would have touched the ground, it would have been dead. He kind of read the defender going up like directly towards him, so that was an option to put it right there. Ball is high
Oh, what a shot.
on the. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
Deoxys coming up big. I mean, that was such a bounce going off the ceiling, but Deoxys knew it so far away. Goes backwards through the air. Beautiful shot.
Yeah, that was probably one of the better shots we've seen this tournament.
Yeah, beautiful. Love it.
I think no, the game is
Great
still
hit
going.
inside in the end.
There we go.
And now Chaos going to take it up over to Fibo and a deep, and that's going to be a shot towards net.
What?
Brilliant from Fibo, getting up so high so quickly. And deep and Guacamole both going there, but look at that. Oh, I'm gonna have to take I'm gonna have to save this for you, then take a cinematic screenshot of that later. Just the pose taken by Fibo to get the second goal of the game.
Welcome back, everybody. As you've already made aware, this is RLI Community Cup number 7, day 3. We're on our third series of the evening. We've seen Boosted Semi-Decent Kids beat out Blackout 2-1. We've seen Kakalukia beat Last Seconds. We're actually going to see Kakalukia again in this next match versus Team No, which is a team we haven't yet seen on the stream. But before we get into that, Flame, how you doing?
Yeah, I just want to say, maybe we should mention our names, since I see that a couple of new people have joined in today for day 3, as you already mentioned. Obviously, my name is Flamebastard. Today with me is Grandy, who's done a lovely introduction after the break. And we are currently waiting for the teams to refresh themselves, because No has, in fact, beaten Boosted Semi-Decent Kids, which we have seen in the first game, beating Blackout in a 2-1 series. So that actually tells us quite a story, because BSDK has been rather aggressive and successful in their playstyle. So it's quite interesting to see how they will perform, because they are going to face Kakalukia.
Indeed. We are being told that there is possibly going to be a delay from Kakalukia's side, as they're grabbing a bite to eat after their last series. But there are a few things we can mention, actually, going in and around the Asian community. Obviously, we've got the Rocket League India Community Cups, which have been going on since February, which is one of them, and I'm not sure when the next one is scheduled for, probably early to middle next year. So probably late January or February time.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's the Vapor tournaments going on. I think that's every Saturday. We casted for them this last Saturday. And then we've got, of course, this big event next Sunday.
Exactly. And let me talk a bit about what is happening next Sunday. It is going to be the first annual charity stream hosted by 1NE Esports. A big shout out for that event. It's going to happen on Sunday the 17th, and all the revenue will go towards the charity Action Against Hunger. And they have an overall donation goal of $3,000. So if you have something to spare, make sure you check out that event. It is for a good cause, so it will make it easier for you to help out with that. Yeah, so to talk a bit about the format, is going to be a Rumble 3v3 with unlimited boost. And there will be group stages as well as single elimination playoffs. So if you want to go to the registration link, I'm not sure if there is. Yeah, there is a charity command in chat, so you'll find everything regarding that tournament in the chat. So make sure you're going to check that out if you want to have some fun and also help with a good cause. But yeah, we also got information that Blackout and Soft Touch have been out of the tournament.
Yeah, Losers Round 1 has just finished. And PS4 Legend Race, who again we saw yesterday, that's the team of Galactus, Ice Story, and Iroar, beat out Soft Touch, who we know at least 2 players of very well, Godfather Shank and Deoxys. I'm not sure exactly who is their third one. I know Cruzian. I'm not sure who exactly played today, because obviously you didn't get even to see them on the stream. For Soft Touch, they usually sort of sit around the 4th or 5th place, usually. So going out to a qualifier from yesterday is quite something.
Yeah, that's actually quite interesting. I mean, they're one of the teams that have been improving with every Community Cup and have been in the top teams. So, yeah, big news there, I would say. But we got the confirmation that the teams are here, so let's get into the game.
Alrighty, so you are joining us in for what is the winners final. I'm sure there's a brackets command somewhere in chat. You can find out where we're at. Winners final between Kakalukia and Team No. We haven't yet seen Team No on stream yet. That is Sejadern, Sir Ale and Sir Scores a Lot. We saw them yesterday. This is the first time today. You can see how they do up against the monster, which is Kakalukia, and already Kakalukia almost getting the first goal out. Great
Yeah,
start,
guys, put your predictions in the chat. I think we know who's the favorite here, but no, they are definitely trying their best. Take this away, Guacamole. Putting it high up in the field of no. Ailey? Atley? God damn it, I still don't get this right, do I? It's Ole.
Ale. Ale. I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Ale.
He has a pronunciation in his name. Anyway, no, under a bit of pressure here. Is it Atley?
Let's call it Adley.
Ole, it's Ole. Okay.
He can change it after this game if something, if he realizes and listens in. But yes.
No, it's Ole. It's Ole. So Sir Ole. Anyway, that was 1 minute of trying to figure out a name. Anyway, Deep popping that one high up. There goes Spodelad. Sejadern tries to get a challenge in. Guacamole, well placed shot, and Ole not able to save that one. Kakalukia, with a bit more than 1 minute, is taking the lead.
Yeah, Conley with good positioning. Oh, the tiny little bit of, what was that? The handbrake on the line turned him just too far away to be able to continue driving towards that front post of theirs. But, I mean, they were the lowest saves per game yesterday, and they're showing themselves again. Not a good start. 2-0 down. And that was only 2 in the last 10 seconds.
That was a beautiful passing play between Deep and Spodelad. To have trust in Deep to pop that one straight down is such a great thing to see. That is why Kakalukia is the best team among Indians. Here we go. 2-0 for Kakalukia. Plenty of time for No to come back from this. But Kakalukia, they have smelt the blood. They wanna make this a quick and pain-free game, I would say. Spodelad popping that one high in the midfield. Finds Oli on the other end. Good 50-50 from him. But there's nobody there to receive that pass, really. Deep back into the half of No. But No plays himself on the set of Kakalukia.
You can see Kakalukia, as we know them to be, they're very clinical. Their rotations, they've got good spacing. You can always tell which person is meant to be in which position, as in the front man, the support, and the sort of back line. And it's up to these other teams to get their game on when it comes to that and not make so many double commits. So that's going to be an awkward save from Guacamole. Oh, actually getting some shots on net, though. So maybe they're not quite out of this one quite yet.
No, definitely not. Ole has been the most successful scorer on the side of No yesterday. And he's capable of putting some shots on the net. So far, he hasn't really shown it because there haven't been too many opportunities for No to redo anything. It is Kakalukia who's pressuring. But there we go. Sejadern not getting the touch he was looking for. Deep is already there to contest that one. So Scores a Lot is there to help him out. That goes across the field, finds Ole on the other side. Can he make something happen? Guacamole already there to shoot that one towards the net. Sejadern getting the save. The time is slowly but steadily ticking versus No. They have to make something happen. That could be an opportunity, so Scores a Lot way above the backboard here. Easy time for Deep to clear that one. But there is No. They're not done yet, and that is an open net for Spodelad. 3-0 for Kakalukia.
Yeah, Spodelad gets the long shot. Monster clearance, but look at that. Both players, I mean, Ole and Sejadern both kind of mirroring each other in the center. Neither of them taking the space and allowing each other a bit of room and trust to do what they need to do if the ball came there. Wide open back end leads to an easy goal up the end of the field from Spoda, which was in the end a pretty good clearance.
Yeah, that is pretty much pace of the game at the moment. But I don't think No are playing that bad, honestly. It just comes down to miscommunication on their side. So Scores a Lot early aggression there. Putting Guacamole in a pretty awkward spot. Deep has to go up for it to help him out. Scores a Lot is already there. As Pop there finds Deep. The aggression from Kakalukia is just overwhelming. Doesn't matter what team they play against. Super aggressive, good passing play. So Scores a Lot finds Spodelad there on the line. 1 minute 17 left on the clock, and No, they feel like they have to step up the game. So far, it hasn't been really successful.
Yep. You do see moments of weakness from this Kakariko squad. What is jhzer doing? I don't know in which world flipping that way would have been a great idea, but somehow it works for him. He managed to get it out, and actually a very awkward pop off the side. Spotlight gonna have to come down from the top of the crossbar and manage to get the clearance. And he's now on his own, just needs to pop it center. Can jhzer get up in time? He just about managed to pop it onto the post. And that is not going to be the fourth for Kakariko.
Yeah, they went for a cheeky passing play there instead of just putting that one in. But with a 3-0 lead and 36 seconds left on the clock, they have a comfortable lead. Backward pass for Energy finds Guacamole, but that angle way too hard to get a hard shot onto the net. Back into the midfield. Scorzol is there, but Energy already seeing the pathing from Scorzol miles ahead. With 20 seconds left on the clock, I don't think No will get back into game one. That could be a potential fourth. Energy not reading the bounce of the crossbar. 10 seconds left. Pretty sure Kakariko has taken game one.
Yep. Indeed. Best of three as before. Even though this is the winners' finals, we're still keeping with the best of three, I believe. So that is first blood to Kakariko. They haven't dropped a game so far today. So we need to see whether anyone can actually rise to the challenge here. But,
I mean, that has been rather one-sided. Like, again, 8 shots on the side of Kakariko, 4 on the side of No, but no goals. So, yeah, I mean, it is a best of 3 overall. So, what do you think? Can No come back from this? What does the chat think? Let us guys know who's your favorite in this best of 3.
Yeah, and it's worth mentioning that the giveaway on this time is actually going to be Burnt Sienna Voltaic. Not going to be the Animus. That was a misnoted on our documents here. So it's going to be Burnt Sienna Voltaics. This is a little incentive there at the end of this match and series. But in terms of Kakariko versus No, I think there is definitely chinks in the armor in Kakariko. I'm not sure whether No is the team that can actually take them apart because of it. Kakariko, as I mentioned, is pretty good with their spread, but they still often manage to find themselves double committing due to the lack of communication they have, and they're probably not in comms as they're usually not.
Well, people in chat said they are in comms.
Oh, are they? That would actually be a difference, but they're still making similar mistakes as if they weren't, which is the worrying thing.
I know that Kakariko is not always in comms, because Deep doesn't like it. He's not really talking that much, and he thinks that synergy should be between players without like being in comms.
I see them in comms. There we go.
Yeah, now they are, but
cleared up.
Anyway. So, there we go. Fact gone wrong. Game 2 between Kakariko and No. Scores a lot. Energy taken away in the kickoff. Goes in favor of No. jhzer is there. Instead of controlling the ball, he's just plunging it across the field. Spodelet setting up himself, gets another touch to the back wall, but there is Ole. Not the best clear in the world, so Scorzol is there to help him out. And now jhzer versus Guacamole. He takes out one. Doesn't take out Spodelet. Guacamole on the wall. Takes his time to make a good clear. Ends up missing it completely. And there's Scorzol putting it into the midfield. Not good enough. Energy for the second time getting it clear. Setting up Spodelet. Kakariko is on the run.
A nice mini fake out there. In fact, that is going to go all the way. So Scorzol surely has to get this one. Spoda trying to get that last little touch for it into the goal. Doesn't quite manage to get it back in time. But yeah, that was a massive misread from Energy there. Taking away the first goal on 420 for Team No.
I'm not going to say. I have the urge, I can't do it anyway.
No.
Back to the game. Here we go. 4 minutes 19. Thank you. jhzer. Good pop there in the midfield. Who's there from first time? Looks like Ole is not going for it, leaving it for Energy. It's a decent pass to Spodelet, but Scorzol figured out that early contesting Kakariko there is a good way of doing it, just like jhzer. Ball is forced to go up for it. Good demo on Ole. Kinda slowing things down to give him time to come back. Spodelet looking for Energy in the midfield. jhzer, yet another demo on the side of No, getting quite physical here. That could be dangerous. Spodelet onto the crossbar. There comes Deep. Gets the 50-50, but it is unfortunately a bit wide. Almost getting the equalizer there for Kakariko.
Yep, dangerous double commit again. It's those kind of moments where I wonder whether they're using comms properly. They may be in comms, but it depends on whether they're actually communicating. They are going to try and get this one in. Oh, they're managing to cover that near post.
Oh!
just trying to be a nuisance to jhzer. They're managing to get it forward. Again, missing jump start on his aerial there. Bit of confusion in the corner from No. Not sure who was meant to get the boost on that occasion. Massive 50-50 pinging straight up. But Noah's going to finally manage to take this out.
White pop from Cisco's a lot to the other side, but there's Guacamole. Ole, early contest. Puts Guacamole under a lot of pressure. Energy not misreading, completely misreading that ball. Good pop from Cisco's a lot to jhzer, but passing play ends up being a counter-attack. There goes Guacamole, but he cannot demo Ole in the goal. Enerdeep setting up himself. That one touch from Ole was pretty much needed. jhzer getting the clear to the side as well, but there goes Kakalukia. They want to pressure as much as they can, but no! So early on the contests, beating Kakalukia with their own tactics.
Yeah, Kakalukia wants to just make this a straight 2 game. Not only for moral reasons, I'm not sure that's the right word. You know, they want to finish it quickly. They're known for getting clean
Moral
stops.
reason. Was that what you were looking for?
No, that's the word I used.
Oh,
that's quite what I meant. For the sake of their, the sake of their psyche, they're known to be a hyper-aggressive, but yet balanced team. And to be 1-0 down against Team No, 2 minutes left, it's got to hurt them just a little bit.
And No is doing such a good job of keeping Kakalukia tight, not giving them any space to go for the passing plays. That could be an opportunity, that could be dangerous, and Cyril Ole just putting that one in by himself. That's quite unfortunate.
Oh, so scores a lot. I've got a feel for him as well. I mean, so Ole was badly positioned on the line. You've always got to go either on or behind the line if you're going to stop there, just in case something happens. And in that case, it did. So scores a lot misreading the balance on the corner, which is so easy to do. But that is the equaliser that Kakalukia were looking for. They now have 1 minute 30 to try and end this. Hopefully Team No can give up, or give us a great performance, and show us why they're here in the winners' final.
They're definitely struggling. No found their way into this game too. What the block from Sir Scores a lot, keeping the ball in the half of Kakalukia. There goes Enerdeep, hard clear. Finds jhzer on the wall there. But can he get another touch? He's definitely putting out pressure on Guacamole. Enerdeep double commit on their side. Ends up an opportunity for them. But there is Sir Ole intercepting. Just how they've done it the entire game. Entered the last minute. Who is going to take away this game? So far, it could be anyone. Mr. Sir Ole puts a lot of pressure on jhzer, but he gets the white clear. 43 seconds left.
Yeah, Guacamole's in an awkward position. That's going to be 2 players of No committed to that play. You've got Guacamole and Enerdeep versus Sir Ole. Ole with the really hard 50-50. Great connection there on that, which is exactly what they needed. It's going to be a pass. Oh, Enerdeep onto Guacamole. 22 seconds left on the clock. And finally a decent passing play between those 2 players to get it on. And Sir Ole were not expecting that at all. Yeah,
decent hit there from Guacamole, showing us why Kakalukia is always dangerous. That came all of a sudden. You cannot really blame No, right? Because given the game they've played so far, it was definitely not coming. You could not see that coming from Kakalukia. Yeah, but that makes them so dangerous. And with the last 10 seconds on the clock, Kakalukia might have done it if No doesn't get the counter-attack going. 5 seconds left. The Scoreslot tries to get it past, but there's Spodelat and Guacamole. They're gonna challenge as fast as they can. The ball was just dropped down. Or maybe not. Spodelat tries to make it interesting. Keeps it still up. Not sure what they're doing. There comes Guacamole onto the backfoot once again, but I'm quite sure this is going to be the end. Kakalukia taking it away with a really close second game.
Yep, that is going to be Kakalukia winning the winners' finals, which means that we now have to go down in the next series will be in the losers end of the spectrum. We're waiting on the previous games to finish for that. But from this, I mean, Team No put up a pretty good fight, actually. It wasn't as one-sided as I expected it to be when we came into this, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, and they're definitely a force to be reckoned with in the losers' final. So it'll be quite interesting to see who will make it through. Either boosted semi-decent kids, PS4 Legend Race, Last Seconds, and Hold My Beer. But guys, before we get into the game, into the break, I mean, we will obviously announce another winner. And I can tell you something, the next break, you are going to enjoy quite a lot, because it is going to be the community montage number 4, which is edited by Funky Rocky. So huge shout out to him. And I can't wait to see it. I haven't seen it. Pretty sure Grandy hasn't seen it. And a couple of you guys, I think most of you guys, if not all, haven't seen it too. So before we get into this treat, we will announce the second or third giveaway. And we're just waiting on...
Maybe I should do it myself. Let's see. Nope, doesn't look like it. False start.
You can't.
Wait, we have to wait for one of the other mods who are in charge of that to do that. I tried.
Yeah.
We didn't.
And I think you already said that it is going to be the velocity crates, right?
No. The velocity crates is during the next match. From this time, it's the burnt sienna voltaics is for this round. The next round is going to be 3 lots of velocity crates. But looks like Janan123 has won the giveaway. You won the burnt sienna voltaics. Congratulations. As said, we will be doing yet another giveaway for the next series, which will be... Actually, we don't know who's coming up next. It's the loser semi-finals, which is one of Boost's Semi-Decent Kids or PS4 Legend Race versus Last Seconds or Home White Beer. Still waiting on the results from that. But in the meantime, Janan, please do contact one of the moderators, or the moderators will contact you. And we will go now into Community Montage number 4, which is a collection of plays sent in by various members of the Rocket League India community, not necessarily Indian players, anyone who's in and around the Discord. So do make sure you go around to the Discord if you haven't already. There is an !Discord command that you can run. And we will be going into the Community Montage. So make some noise for that. It's been a long time coming. So I hope you enjoy.
Hero, I wanna be a hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums, and a horse is drawn to the kingdom come. Through the pale moonlight, my hearts ignite to the call. Oh, claim your prize for a crown of stars. In the name of love, be the sacrifice. You and I will stand and fight, our backs to the wall.
Get an opportunity now. Looks like he's out of boost. Can't really catch up to the ball. Chaos now.
Chaos. What are we doing?
He's going. Oh, what a shot from Chaos Stadium! That is incredible.
All the way. That was from way within his own half. What are that?
a ram in front of him to hit the ball. Quite an interesting technique. Chaos gonna try and hit it center.
Fibo,
Fibo, what a hit on
What a
Spoda,
play
what
from
a goal.
Fibo.
I mean, that's incredible.
Look at that. Spodalat was
Turns
already
around.
on his way, but Fibo hitting him mid-air. Completely mopping the save from favor of roster 1. Dizzo trying to get it past the defense, doesn't get a good touch. Milan Tanoa gets bumped in the process. That's a shot they need to get to it, and Popo and Elniki both combined. But what a redirect from Milan Tanoa in the midfield, making sure it's another goal for Blackout. So that was a really hard clear there, and perfect touch there. Dizzo didn't expect it at all, went for the boost, perfectly centered there.
Oh my god!
Welcome back, everybody. This is Community Cup number 7, brought to you by Rocket League India, as well as myself, Grandy, and Flame. Hopefully he's around. Are you there, man?
Hello!
Hey!
How's
That's all I
everybody
get to
doing?
hear.
I'm just a bit excited after that amazing community montage from Funky Rocky. So
Really was.
huge thanks for that. That was brilliant. Found myself in there too. So patting myself on the shoulder. Amazing goals there. Just shows that there's huge potential in the Indian Rocket League community, and I hope you guys will get your recognition anytime soon. I'm quite sure. But I mean, how did you enjoy the montage? How did the chat enjoy the montage?
I mean, I was watching chat most of the time through there, and the reactions. I mean, you got to put it to Funky for how well he's done with this, because these guys absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
Chat was going quite wild during that. It was really nice. And it takes so much work to actually make one of those. I know I've made one in the past as well, and it was even fun to get those little casting clips as well in there. It's a nice mix of various things from all across the community, really celebrating what Rocket League India is about.
Yeah, I can see chat is going nuts again. Definitely a great community montage. So huge shout out to Funky Rocky. Check him out. He's a lovely fella, and he's good editor too. Well, anyway,
that will end up on YouTube as well. Just as a note, that will end up on the Rocket League India YouTube at a later point.
you can rewatch it if your goal is in there, or you're just interested in how the guys have been doing. But
Oh, yes.
I mean, we have some news in terms of bracket, as you guys can see on the screen. Peaceful Legend Race and Last Seconds have been knocked out.
They have.
So boosted semi-decent kids have found their way into the loser semi-final, which will be displayed on stream. So it's going to be BSDK versus Hold My Beer. And Hold My Beer, obviously a team that we know from the last Community Cup and contains Phoebo, Jeff, Cupid, and who's the protagonist again?
I keep thinking he's No Face, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
I've seen him in and around. I'm not sure who's actually in the roster today. I did see Killer Cupid just briefly pop into the game now again, so I'm presuming it's Phoebo, Jeff, and Killer Cupid facing, of course, Boosty Semi-Decent Kids, the roster that you've seen already today of Chaos, Rahul, and Gohan.
Yeah. And as always, guys, keep being active in the chat because you can win. I think the Velocity crate. No, it's the Bird Sienna. Is it the Velocity crates this time?
Yeah, Bird Sienna was last time. We have 3 Velocity crates to give away. I know that everyone's kind of clamoring at these new crates coming out. In fact, I would actually quite like to win this myself, but hey, I can't enter, unfortunately. Unfortunately. But
there will be rigged calls in the chat, so let's not do that.
Indeed.
But anyway, so yeah, keep active. There's no keywords or anything. Just type in the chat. Show us how much you enjoy this tournament, and you will be eventually chosen by the bot. Yeah, we can hope. But let's get the teams in. Here we go. BSDK, Hold My Beer.
Yep, we're still waiting for them.
Oh. That means we don't have the animation going, I guess. So yeah, we got some. Unfortunately, there are some technical issues on the side of. I don't remember who it was. BSDK, Hold My Beer.
Yeah,
there's some
BSDK,
technical difficulties. And but yeah, we will already get into the lobby for you guys and talk afterwards. So yeah, while we're waiting on the teams to come in after we've seen that lovely versus animation, you have some stats for us. And also, guys, don't forget it, while Grant gives you insights in the team, who do you think is going to take it away? Let us know it in the Twitch chat. BSDK or Hold My Beer. Grandy, who's your favorite?
Out of these two, I mean, we haven't seen Hold My Beer since the last Community Cup. We saw them play quite a lot. In fact, they came second place, I believe, in Community Cup number 6. They, in fact, lost out to Kakalukia, who, of course, we have seen already today. But boosted Semi-Decent Kids, and even the players from Hold My Beer, KL7, Phoebo, Jeff, Killer Cupid, Rahul, all these players have played with each other at various points in Rocket League India's history. I know that Chaos, Phoebo, and Rahul were on a team together. Killer Cupid has mixed around with a couple of these guys before as well. I think Jeff and the protagonist are probably the least mixed of the people here, but it's interesting that previous teammates are now coming against each other, and one of them will be knocked out. So I imagine there's quite a lot riding, not least because it's going towards the end of the tournament, but because of the friendships these guys have.
Yeah, so I see people are rooting for BSDK. Let's get the teams in and find out who is going to take away this series and move on into the losers final and have a potential shot to get into the finals. Is it going to be BSDK or Hold My Beer? Who do you think is taking it away, Grandy?
If boosted Semi-Decent Kids can fix some of their defensive issues that they had yesterday, which they seem to be going towards today, they are definitely getting warmed up. I think they may be my favourites, but we don't know exactly what's going on this Hold My Beer squad. An interesting start. BSDK has completely left the lobby. False start. I think we're going to be remaking the lobby somehow.
But I mean, honestly, it went way too smooth, right? That
Yeah.
just had to happen. What is
At
the
least
Rocket
once.
League India Community Cup without just people randomly leaving the lobby? Anyway, so I think we're just waiting here and see what the moderators tell us what just happened, because I have no idea why they just left.
Well, they abandoned ship, indeed. But we did see one thing as we were going into that. Chaos left, and Rahul Gohan and Trollbot became the roster for Boosted Semi Decent Kids in this series. So that's a bit of a mix-up. Chaos being sort of the midfield annoyance often. Good with passes and sometimes pretty aggressive, which to be honest isn't actually that different to Trollbot. Trollbot's always at the front line. As said, got the most shots of the tournament yesterday. Looks like we're having to remake the party. Yes, we're remaking the party. Looks like there may have been some heavy server issues going on there, guys. Nothing we could really change from that.
Oh yeah,
Unfortunately.
I see. So it's again just Psyonix letting us down. I think we had similar issues the last Community Cup too, right? If I remember correctly, there has been problems in the past. But yeah, it just takes a couple of seconds, and we will be right back. Waiting
Yep, I
for
invited you in.
party invites to come. Obviously, the Steam overlay doesn't open for me now too.
Oh, wonderful.
That is lovely. Oh, I think I'll.
There we go.
Here we go. I'm in.
Awesome.
And yeah, we're joining the lobby, so as soon as we are in, we will don't show you the versus screen again, we will straight get into the game. Looks like everything sorted itself out. Here we go.
BSDK's in.
Finally, the semi-finals of the Community Cup number 7, hosted by Rocket League India. And I can't wait. Teams should join in any second. BSDK versus Hold My Beer. And yeah, I hope Hold My Beer is proving the chat wrong, and it is going to be a close series between BSDK and Hold My Beer. You said, I don't remember. What did you say? Who are you voting for?
I said if BSDK sorts out their defensive issues, then BSDK.
Oh, yeah.
But Hold My Beer are potentially the much more stable team. Not least because BSDK keep on changing their roster. I said we've got Trollbot, Gohan, and Rahul this time. So that's the third
Interesting.
different roster they've had in 2 days.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll have to see how much of that affects their ability to play. But we shall see. We are starting now. And it's Cupid versus Gohan in the kickoff. Very neutral. Jeff gonna pass it out wide. Good Cupid coming down from the ceiling. Gonna miss it. People are gonna try and hit it on. Only bashes it straight into his teammate. And that ends the period of aggression.
Jeff, on the other side, control the ball, finds Trollbot on the ground. BSDK not going for those wide clears as they used to, and just when I said it, Gohan is basically handing over the ball to Killer Cupid. High pop into the midfield. There's Fibo. Doesn't get the touch he was looking for. Early contest from Jeff. Ends up being dangerous for BSDK, but Cupid just ends up clearing it to the corner. That could be in a dangerous situation. There comes Fibo, but Trollbot is in the way. No chance for Fibo to score that whatsoever. On the other side, Killer Cupid with a good shot attempt. There's Gohan, but Rahul comes in to help him out just in time. And Hold My Beer are starting off really, really strong.
Yep, on the opposite end. I mentioned those defensive misplays. Been already so many weird rotations coming out from BSDK's backline. They're not really covering each other very well. One after the other, they try and get the shots in from Hold My Beer. But just enough coming out from BSDK's defense to keep it at bay. But I can't imagine that will happen for all too long.
Cupid putting it up the wall there, has a lot of time to make something happen. I also want to point out he is on a 250 ping. Which is a bit unfortunate, but doesn't really hinder Hold My Beer to put on major aggression on the side of BSDK's net. Wide clear. Could be picked up by Trollbot and Rahul. Trollbot decides to go up for it, but Jeff beats him to the ball miles ahead. Gohan, good pass there to Trollbot. He gets that doink, but Fibo is already back. Play that from him, but Trollbot picks it up. Can he win the 50-50 versus 2? No, he cannot. Rahul is there. Good pass into the midfield, but there's nobody there to pick it up. Gohan finally decides to go for it. Decent shot onto the backboard. There's Rahul versus Cupid. Rahul puts it, unfortunately, a bit wide.
Yeah, he was not in a great position to take that shot. But this looks like an open goal. Killkeeper being demolished at a bad time. Rahul's going to try and flip this one in the back corner there. Doesn't quite make it. Now we see On My Beard trying to get it out. Get back on the offense again. Rahul with a very interesting decision to go forward. And actually Gohan managed to almost get like a double touch. That's getting in the way of any defensive clear. Good pass midfield. Rahul with that midfield pass. He loves getting those from the side. And he is going to plant that away just over halfway into this game.
Yeah, beautiful pass from Trollball. That was perfectly placed and hard enough for Rahul to get that boomer underneath the crossbar. First major aggression from BSDK that has been dangerous already put in. But there's Jeff on the other side. He's trying his best, gets the touch. No, he does not, but Fibo is there. Saved by Trollball yet again. 4 saves for Trollball already. The other side, Gohan looking for that double touch. Can he make it happen? Yes, he can. Expose that for Trollbot. Can he find that angle? Jeff's definitely looking for it way back, but it ends up being a goal for BSDK. Trollbot making sure he plots that one in.
Oh, and Jeff was out of boost, but decided to get all the way up into the midfield, and he comes back just to hit it in. I'm not sure whether he quite could have looped around. I don't think he would have had quite so much time to get behind that ball and tap it out. But yeah, so much space being given to BSDK in this offense. And that is the one position where BSDK need to be kept on a leash. So we know how well these guys can perform in front of net.
But Hold My Beer is not done yet. Double commit between Fibo and Killer Cupid ends up just being ball possession for BSDK if they go for it, because there is Jeff. Fortunately, missing the ball. All the defense has been beaten. Rahul versus Killer Cupid ends up being in favor of Rahul. That's a good touch. That is going goalwards, and that is going to be in 3-0 for BSDK.
And again, Jeff being the one happens to be at the other end of it with the opportunity to make a save. Went for the boost once more, and Fibo looked onwards as Jeff was going for it, thinking he had got it. At least the trust is being shown amongst his teammates. But unfortunately, it was not deserved on this occasion. That is the 3rd goal. Comfortable lead now for BSDK.
But, I mean, I have to say, BSDK still have less shots than Hold My Beer on the scoreboard at the moment. So, Hold My Beer, they're definitely trying. BSDK has been punishing them 3 times in a row now. Maybe 4 if Rahul gets it past Fibo. He does so. There's Gohan. Looking for a pass into the center. Killer Cube helping out Trollbot with his shot, but there's Jeff this time. He's on the line just in time. Pops it into the half of BSDK. There's Fibo. Good challenge on the wall, but there is again back to Trollbot. Beautiful pass to Rahul. Jeff high up, getting the contest just in time. Killer Cupid making sure Hold My Beer gets some time to breathe, and that is an own goal.
That was an impressive own goal. Like, I'm not even sure exactly how he managed to do that. So he's landing on his side, hand-braking, sliding across. My goodness, man.
That's beautiful.
If you had meant that at the other end, we would be screaming our heads off. But goodness, was that as an own goal? Props to you, man. As they come, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah, but it also opens up a potential comeback for Hold My Beer, because they're now down 2 goals and they're still trying. Jeff onto the backboard. Cupid not able to read that one well enough. Rahul versus 3. Jeff already high up, but so is Fibo and Cupid all on the wall. Could have been dangerous. Clear was good enough. Good contest there from Jeff in the midfield. Ends up being a clear for Rahul. And he plunges that one across the field. Can he get another touch? He's looking for it, but there's Gohan. Beautiful shot for him. Bottom left corner, beating all the defenders from Hold My Beer on the line.
Yeah, just watch this. Killer Cupid doing a pre-jump way too early. Fibo front-facing towards the ball in no position to take any kind of shot that wasn't directly at him. So not very good choices coming out from the defense of Hold My Beer. And that will, again, 3-goal lead coming out. We thought it was going to be BSDK's backline let them down, but in the end it's the exact opposite.
Yeah, they have definitely improved their overall game. It's still struggling a bit, but their offensive pressure is just too much for the teams to handle at the moment. And with that ball simply... It might just drop down, maybe not. Fibo keeping it up in the air, looking for a pass into the midfield. It doesn't really matter at this point. And here we go, BSDK taking away game 1.
Yeah, we're going to see Killer Cupid, I think, coming in and out. We've got to think that maybe his, he's saying in chat, internet issues, to say the least. Killer Cupid did miss some absolute sitters as we went through this. So you got to think that that's going to make some kind of difference. Like with the trust that we've seen, especially for Fibo on his teammates, if a guy's with really bad ping, it's not going to help their team psyche.
No.
And the cohesion between the players. So maybe that had
Definitely.
a factor. I think it did for sure. But BSDK comfortably winning that one.
We're gonna wait on Cupid to resolve the issue, but I also want to mention that BSDK is shown their third roster on stream now, and it has been, I think, the best one so far. They have been overall good in every aspect. 6 shots, 4 goals. That's
Decent.
quite impressive.
Yeah, that's a decent conversion rate. I mean, the one thing we know that Trollbot's very aggressive, and if he's given enough space, he will be a real nuisance in the offense. And I think the combination of Rahul and Gohan managing to set him up pretty well. He also can sometimes get a bit tunnel visioned in the midfield and cause some rotational issues. So they seem to be much more stable with this combination of players, and it's quite interesting seeing those guys sub in and out, despite what that would do between your teamwork. I'm not quite sure, but looks like Killer Cupid is back, and we can get into game 2 of this loser semis.
And he has a really good ping too, so maybe Hold My Beer can come back from this. They're definitely capable players of making that reverse sweep happen. But it is quite some work, because BSDK, they want to close up this game with a 2-0 sweep. They're on their way, Gohan and Trollbot both working together, and that is an exposed net, and all of a sudden, without really too much effort, BSDK is taking the lead.
Yeah, even with good ping, Killer Cupid missing that wildly at the front, and Jeff misreading his positioning in the midfield. And he's easily opened up for a wide and long clear defense. You don't want to give away such easy goals against this kind of squad. In fact, that's another good hit. Gohan trying to get the second one. Doesn't quite manage it. And that was going to be an awkward shot no matter how that came about. And straight up the other end. Cool, getting the clearance he needed. They're going to keep the pressure on. Everyone on BSDK just trying to get that ball out. Rahul, an awkward touch middle. And does manage to get it out. Cupid trying to send it back in. Really back in front, right in this midfield. It's not actually going near it either goal for quite a while now.
Yeah, well, BSDK, they're looking for the passing players. They're trying to control the ball. On the other hand, we have Hold My Beer just trying to challenge as good as they can. There's Rahul. We know he can score those. Can he make it happen? He's looking for the double touch. Unfortunately, first touch control was not quite there. Trollbot with the redirect opportunity puts it into the corner, gets the challenge back to back. Fibo and Cupid not quite communicating well in this instance. There's Jeff looking for Cupid in the midfield, finds Rahul, and that could have been an exposed net. Fortunately, it was a bit wide. There was Fibo with the ceiling clear. Trollbot is there to challenge it right away. Cupid not with the best clear, but it is wide enough that there's no dangers for BSDK.
Rahul loves those things on the side. Rolling it up the side and flicking it towards the middle is one of the things he loves doing. In fact, this is super awkward in front of net. Fibo is going to manage to recover in time. Rahul again trying to go up this side, as he has done so many times. Jeff, good passing play on to Cupid. Cupid going to try and get a bump. No. Gohan's going to manage to get the touch he needed. Easy shot from Fibo. Goes well wide though. Lots of whiff shots. The accuracy on Hold My Beer really letting them down.
On the other side, we have BSDK being quite consistent. Good double touch from Trollbot. Can he get a third one? Yes, he can. Backward pass to Rahul. And there he goes. That could be an opportunity, but Jeff is on the line, keeping Hold My Beer alive for the moment. Killer Cupid, on the other hand, initiating the counter-attack. Trollbot is shutting it down right away. On either side, BSDK pushing it forward. There's Jeff. Good clear this time. Cupid, on the other hand, looking for a shot opportunity, but that is not good enough. Rahul putting that one straight towards Fibo. Gohan clearing that one to the corner. Now it is Hold My Beer who is pressuring for the last couple of seconds. But looks like BSDK might be able to resolve this one. Nope. Cupid gets a shot, but that should be the final room to breathe for BSDK.
Yeah, lots of shots, but all of them pretty weak. None of them really all that troubling for either side. He's now going to take this up. A good hit center. Jeff's going to get this before Rahul. That is, if it's on target, it is. His name is Jeff. He gets the equalizer.
It had to be done at least once, my friend. I've been waiting for that opportunity, and there he has it. First goal for Jeff on stream today, and it's the equalizer with only 2 minutes to spare. And
Yeah.
that is, yeah, they had to get an equalizer because they are game down. So yeah.
And finally, they're punishing BSTK for their quite aggressive rotation, reminding them of not being too ambitious when it comes to attack. On Holmberg Beer, they can shoot goals from the midfield. Beautiful accuracy there on Jeff's shot. But with 1 minute 40 left, they're not winning this with a 1-1 scoreline. Across the field, across the own net. There's Trollbot not getting the 50-50 he was looking for. All three players from Holmberg Beer in the corner. Resolving in a wide clear for them so they can reassemble. One versus Fibo ends up being in favor of BSTK. Yeah, not getting the touch he was looking for. Rahul with a shot opportunity, but Cupid is already back in the woodwork. Making sure nobody gets a goal. On the other side, he gets a shot, but Gohan does the same to him. Beautiful pop. Sets up Trollbot for an opportunity. Back to the backboard. Where's Rahul? There he is, but he unfortunately misses it. And Gohan doesn't get the ball he was looking for. Holmberg Beer on the attack.
Yeah, and that is right in front of goal. Let's give an awkward touchdown.
Oh.
Cupid, not quite the right place, right time, and that means that it's going to turn right back on them. Not half a minute gone since Jeff's equalizer. And Killer Cupid, I feel so bad for him because he was in a right kind of area, just not quite the right angle to be able to get anything on that. Gone from a shooting chance for Holmo Beer into a goal from BSDK. Doing the exact thing that we were criticizing BSDK for just a moment ago in the overcommit.
Yeah, but other than with BSDK, Holmberg Beer have now the time against them. 35 seconds left on the clock. If they lose this, they are out, which is unfortunate to see. But BSDK have been playing a lot of games, have been showing that they can improve, but it's still dangerous. Fibo is not giving up yet. 20 seconds left on the clock. Jeff versus Rahul on the wall goes in favor of Rahul. Fibo is there to pick it up. That Cupid opportunity. Trollbot denying it right from the get-go. Cupid not getting the hit he was looking for. Last 10 seconds on the clock. Can Holmberg Beer come back from this with that miss from Jeff, which is a potential goal for BSDK as well. Cupid making it back in time, but it doesn't matter. 2 seconds left on the clock. BSDK moving on into the losers final.
And there we have it, guys. BSDK coming from yesterday looking very shaky, but seems to be doing quite alright, much better than they were. And they'll be facing Team No in the next match in the losers final to decide who then goes on to play Kakalukia in the grand finals. We've got a couple of giveaways yet to do between then and now. But how do you think? BSDK, they seem to be coming out on top with some pretty decent goals. Not bad.
Yeah.
Some good passing plays developing slowly amongst these teams. Hopefully we can see more of that. But what do you think their chances are against Team No?
Honestly, this series was so weird between Holmberg Beer and BSDK, because in both games, Holmberg Beer had more shots than BSDK.
Right, yeah.
So this series, I think they doubled the shots again. No, seven shots. Oh, sorry, 5 shots on the side of Holmberg Beer, 3 shots on the side of BSDK. Last game, it was like 6 shots on the side of Holmberg Beer and 4 for BSDK. But both times BSDK came out ahead. So it is quite weird. And given that, I mean, it looks like they're focusing a bit more on defense. They know their offense is strong. So they can punish their opponents. But No has been rather aggressive. And they have taken on Kakalukia. And second game was really close. So I don't know, man. I think I have to think about it while we're heading into the break.
Yeah, is it time for the giveaway, maybe?
Yeah, there should
We've got
be
the
a giveaway going on.
So, moderators, whichever one of you is in charge, we are doing a giveaway for the 3 velocity crates. And guys, put a little tiny message in chat just last minute if you want to be involved in that giveaway. I said 3 velocity crates, what everyone is clamoring for these last few days. Up until, I guess, the new Frosty Frenzy, is it? Frosty Frenzy?
Oh,
coming out
here
on
we
Monday?
go. Game in anger.
Hey, I know.
Congrats to the 3 velocity crates. And yeah, hopefully you will get some good items out of that. I think anyone here would love to have them, to have some potential goal explosions or whatever. But congrats to you. Good job for being active in the chat and getting rewarded for it. I've seen you spamming and talking in the chat for quite a while, so definitely deserve. But yeah, I think we can already announce the next giveaway.
Sure.
The next one is going to be for a forest green Octane. So a painted Octane is going to be the next giveaway for this losers finals match between No and boosted semi-decent kids. Quite a mouthful of a name.
Yeah.
Before we get into that, we are going to go into a short break. I'm going to show the final. Is the final for you guys? No, just another couple of goals from the previous montage of the Community Cup number 5. We'll be back after a few minutes following that, so don't go anywhere.
Yep. Chaos using Spoda as like a ram in front of him to hit the ball. Quite an interesting technique. Chaos gonna try and hit the center. Fibo, what a hit on
What a
Spoda,
play
What
from
a goal!
Fibo.
I mean, that's incredible.
Look at that. Spodalat was
Turns
already
around.
on his way, but Fibo
Ooh.
hitting him mid-air. Completely mopping the save from Spodalat. Incredible.
G just says, incoming, incoming, in the chat. General is playing, again, like Fibo in the previous games. He is the bully on the side. Seems like they have one
Oh,
each.
no.
Manji, that's got to be a goal, surely. No! You've been almost hitting it out! Over into the corner, Manji is still travelling along. Gets the final touch. Oh,
Uncharacteristic miss there from Rahul Manjeet. Look at that block. Brilliant stuff from Manjeet. And that is the equalizer. And we have 2 minutes and 10 seconds
Yep.
to go. And this is just game 1 and it's already such a high pace.
Oh,
Chaos is
no
the winner,
way.
no way! All of a sudden, we didn't even finish my sentence yet. Look at that.
I mean,
Chaos
touch the
to
middle.
Manjeet, double tap there, double pass there, and Chaos with the finish. Drino has no chance to get to that.
Wow. Oh, this is so good. I'm so happy with it.
Alrighty, everyone, we are back. Going in towards the losers final, which I know somebody was asking in the chat just a moment ago. As mentioned, the next giveaway is for the Forest Green Octane. That will be going on throughout this next series. So do make sure you drop a message somewhere between now and the end of the series, and you'll be entered into that giveaway. So it will be between No and Boosted Semi-Decent Kids. Of course, we saw Boosted Semi-Decent Kids in this last series. Played pretty well. Again, such an aggressive team, and Flame is back. Welcome back, Flame.
Yeah, I was here the entire time. Hello, guys. How are you doing? So far, it has been a blast, really. It has been a really good tournament. And yeah, I mean, it's boosted semi-decent kids all the way. I think they had the most time on stream so far. And it is, in fact, a rematch of the winners' semifinals. There's No versus Boosted Semi-Decent Kids. They've already been facing each other, and No has been beating BSDK with a 2-1 scoreline. So now it is time for BSDK to come back. And there's two things with them on the line, really. First of all, to revenge their loss in the series versus No, and also move into the grand finals and take away a huge chunk of the prize money.
Yep, third place does get some money. So this is a money game, technically. As the loser of this will get some of the 5,000 rupee, I believe, prize pool. So
5,000 plus. And yeah, we forgot one thing to mention. If you guys want to contribute to the prize pool before the grand finals and want to give the winners and, well, obviously one of the teams here some love in terms of cash too, you can do that with the Matcherino link that has been posted in the chat. We've already had a couple of people donating for it. I think we reached the 30 quits, did we? Yeah, no, we're still at $28. So if you want to put some money in, make sure you help those guys out. So I'm sorry for interrupting, but that was important. We haven't done that yet.
No, we haven't mentioned that for a little while now. We don't want to throw it in their faces too often. But there we go. There's the option for people who want to contribute in that way. And obviously there's also going to be that, if you want to donate to charity, there's that event next week run by our close friends at 1NE. So plenty of ways to give. Obviously, we'd appreciate it here at Rocket League India in any way. We've also got a Patreon as well, which may as well be mentioned. I'm pretty sure we have a panel for that somewhere underneath. But yeah, plenty of ways to support the community.
But I think the teams are ready. There might be issues with Rahul's internet, so we probably just check what the ping is for him. But let's get the teams in. So here we go, boys. No versus BSDK. First game. Put your predictions in the chat. I don't know who to win. I don't think Grandy knows either. And we see BSDK with the major aggression in the first 8 seconds. Rahul, good pass there to Trollbot. They're trying to control the ball as good as they can. There's beautiful pop there. Gohan is ready, but so scores a lot. Puts it to the side. BSDK not letting the ball go for now. That could be the first opportunity for them to catch some breath. Straight back to Trollbot, but there's jhzer taking it up the wall.
Yeah, he's just about going to miss that pass towards the centre. Look, comes in trying to get the block. Lots of contested midfield. In fact, both of these players going to miss. Now down to Trollbot to try and get it out. jhzer is already there. High looping ball. So Adelaide trying to get there. Yeah, some very messy touches. No one actually getting any purpose onto the tap so far.
Yeah, but they're asking questions already. Quite a lot, actually. No. I don't know. They seem to struggle a lot. That could be an opportunity, but there's Ole. Beautiful clear to the side. So hard, actually, with such a tight angle. BSDK, they're trying to keep ball possession as good as they can. Goal control there from Rahul, taking it up the wall. Doesn't find the pass. Trollbot is there to help him out. So is Sir Ole for his team. No. 50-50 in favor of Gohan. Can he get another one? Yes, he's looking for it. He does win it. Ends up having not a lot of boost. Ole punching it across the field. Getting the 50-50 in. That could be an opportunity for Sir Scores a lot. Pops it down. Can Ole get a touch into it? That tight angle was a bit too much for him, unfortunately.
Yep. Still no major shots on target. Scores like going the slightly dodgy route onto his roof in front of net. Just well managed to get it past. A double up from Sir Ole and Sir Scores a lot. Sir's joining together. A good shot finally on target. Trollbot hitting it across the top of the crossbar. Gohan can try and keep the center. Rahul is struggling AFK at the other end of the field. Not sure what's going on, but his team doesn't seem to be too phased by it. They just have to be really careful given that they know now that Rahul is only just about in game, and saying that, Rahul tries to get past. Good covering in from Trollbot. And still, even with 2.5 functioning players, looks like Rahul may be back. Not sure, but hey, still managing halfway through the game to have a 0-0 scoreline.
Seems like he found his way back into the game, and he's already challenged here. Sejadon was Rahul goes in favor of BSDK even. If Trollbot gets the clear, gets intercepted by Sejadon, Trollbot almost finding Ole there in front of the net. And in fact, Rahul has left the game. Not quite sure what is going on right now, but we're gonna move on. BSDK 2v3 with a 0-0 scoreline is definitely a disadvantage for them. But they're trying their best.
Yeah, they've just got to be very careful as to how much they push themselves forward. If they keep themselves on the back line, you can just about do a 2-man rotation in defense. Keep most things out, save from a very difficult passing play. But it looks like they are playing fairly safe. And going to get the deflection on that, way high up into the ceiling. Just loosely hitting it. I said they can keep this defense up if no, don't properly loop their shots together.
There you go, Rahul found his way back into the match too. So apparently it is pronounced Art, so it's Artley. Artley.
Yeah, I thought so.
I said Ole, I guess, so it's Artley. Whatever it is. There we go, so scores a lot. First goal for no. Well, we're still struggling with the name. But that was a really good self-setup from him. Trollbot nowhere near that ball to contest it. Beautiful pop. Lead full no.
Yeah, seems like there's difference in opinions whether it's Ole or Aitle. I think AAT is pronounced 8 in Hindi. So, we're not experts on this by any means, obviously, because we're an Englishman and a German. But I think it is Aitle. That makes sense, because 8LE. So, we'll go for that, I think, for the moment. But one goal up. It looks like BSDK actually did worse on defense when they got their third man back. So, hey. They are still pressuring. Good bumps in the center. Not having anyone to connect with, though. That is going to be an awkward bounce. Okay, managing to get it out. Good high block in the corner. A very weak cross means it's going to sail right back up into BSDK's half.
Yeah, and with 15 seconds left on the clock, and so scores a lot with his second goal of the match with a beautiful redirect. Making things really tough, near impossible for BSDK in this first game, in the losers final. So, no coming out strong, obviously having some advantage with Rahul disconnecting for a couple of minutes, but they didn't get scored on, so it doesn't really count, I guess. But man, 14 seconds left, can BSDK come back from this?
Yeah, with that awkward bounce, they're going to get one back. I saw that coming from a mile off. Just scores a lot again, not doing very well at reading it from the corners. It's about the second time in almost the exact same spot. Sejadon expecting his teammate to do so much better. And Rahul will just take it as it comes. He doesn't need an invitation to slot that one in.
8 seconds left. Can BSDK make it happen? They're desperately trying. Rahul with a good pop. That could be dangerous. Sejadon is up. There's Trollbot. But he misses it and it might just go down. Gohan looking for Rahul. That is the buzzer beater for Rahul!
Oh! What a pass from the corner. It was the last few seconds. Gohan popping it up. Rahul just about turning round in front of the box. That is, as you say, a buzzer beater going into the first game overtime in this losers final.
What a way to start off the finals here. It is a losers final, but it feels like the major one. Trollbot looking for that overtime goal. Rahul was not expecting it to get a free shot here. Turned around, unfortunately, but BSTK, they have smelt the blood. They want to close up this series, and no, gets a bit hectic here. Finally, Sir Scoreslop takes it out of the field, out of the half of no. Does he get another touch? He's looking for it. Is center, but no, is playing it safe. All two players in the back. Trollbot with an opportunity. Atley, whatever his name is back there doing his best. But BSTK are not done yet. Rahul with yet another shot opportunity. Can he come out of this as the hero for BSTK? Good pass to Trollbot, but there still scores a lot. Plotting it to the side. And going with a crucial miss, but Trollbot is there to help out.
Just heartbeats coming out from here. I can feel them. It's crazy the amount of back and forth we're getting on this side. I mean, BSDK can feel it, as you say. They know that they can win this. And that last second goal was just about enough to get them back into their usual routine. Which almost actually resulted in the goal straight back from no, but hey, Gohan gonna try and do a ceiling shot. Doesn't quite make it. They're gonna miss. That is an open goal. So Atley has to do something about it. Misses it again. Gohan on an open net. Just gonna let go. Trollbot unable to get the 50-50 down far enough. And yet the pressure continues. Gohan shot on this near side. Trollbot is too far away to make any difference. Scores a lot. Just going to try and pop that down. That's dangerous. Sejiden not quite going to get the read. Both sides really putting the pressure on. And neither getting that final accurate shot.
Yeah, just keep in mind, this is game one. This is just game one in the best of three. It is, right? Is it a best of three in the loser fight? It doesn't really matter. It is still intense. BSTK, they're looking for it, but No is slowly creeping back into the game. The first 2 minutes have been in favor of BSTK, I would say. They continue to pressure, but No is dangerous. That could be an opportunity. Ball is too far up the field there for Trollbot to score. Ceiling shot could be an opportunity. Rahul comes in as well. But Atley is there to help him out. And now No, Scoreslop versus Trollbot wins the 50-50. There's a Sejiden with the open net, and No is winning the series. Winning game one, I mean. Potentially winning the series.
As you just almost missed there, Gohan was in the midfield next to that midfield boost, circling round. He was midway through, turning around once, when he tried to go around once more to then go for the tackle on that side. And he was so far away from it, opened his defense so wide, that it was just so easy in the end for that final goal to come on through. But that will be game one, going over to Team No.
That is crazy. In fact, it is going to be a best of three. So No is putting BSTK on the line. No, obviously, probably from all the teams, all the three remaining teams in this tournament, definitely the underdogs here, performing in game one. And it has been pretty much just BSTK playing for 2 minutes in overtime, just making sure they get rewarded for the overall good play in the regular time.
Yeah. You know, they definitely played well, but in the end, simple defensive mistakes on the rotation opened themselves up. But I definitely think they have the possibilities to come back in this. I don't think No is actually that much different, really, in the way that they play as a team. So it will be interesting. And we can, of course, go straight into game 2 of this losers final.
Yeah, guys, and who do you think is going to take away this win? It is No, with the major advantage here in the losers final. Whoever is going to take away this series is going to face Kakalukia in the grand finals and has second place at least safe. So put your predictions in the chat. Grandy, take it away.
It is a goal. Right? Almost team pinch on the line. Gohan actually managing to come across in time. This is a good position for BSDK. If he can get another tap onto Trollbot, not quite. Rahul does a backflip. Again, right the way opening up. Nobody properly going back for BSDK. Tetri in front of the goal line. Unfortunately for No, they're not able to capitalize on it. Adelaide pronouncing what a save. A good piling on of people in front of the BSDK net, but nobody seems to know what really to do with the ball right here. jhzer just going to chill at the back, wait for Trollbot. We know Trollbot is a good ones player, and he's just going to lift it straight over. And jhzer left wondering what the hell happened.
I mean, I saw that one coming, right? If you play so passive, and you do, oh man, he even did a backflip. He could have had that one. And what a way for BSTK to take away the lead here for now. And honestly, the first 53 or 43 seconds have been rather messy.
Yes.
They still somehow managed to get a goal. Wide clear from Gohan. Should be getting picked up by Adley in the back. But there's Gohan yet again onto the backboard. jhzer is forced to go for it. Gets intercepted by Gohan. Trollbot versus Scoreslot ends up being a perfect pass for Gohan. And Trollbot has been showing up this tournament with beautiful passes.
May I just note, this is 2v3. Rahul is still at his own goal line, sitting sideways.
Oh.
So Rahul has disconnected for a while there, and yet the two-man offensive rotation still managed to get past the defense of Team No. It just goes to show how good they are when they get enough space.
Yeah, and BSTK is definitely a momentum-based team. And yeah, I'm expecting them to even score one more. We still have 3 minutes 40 seconds on the clock. No, they have to reassemble. They have to make sure they get their heads back into the game. But jhzer, having troubles there to clear that one, ends up centering it for Adley. Another shot from Adley, a bit wide. Could be a center ball. Trollbot high up in the field. Everyone from No is in the half of BSTK. And that is an opportunity for Trollbot, but that shot is way too low. Ends up being a pass to Rahul. Gets intercepted by Scoreslot. There's Gohan. And Adley finally manages to put that one out of the half, at least for a couple of seconds. Rahul slotting that one back. No is struggling to clear that ball. Can they make it happen? Off the backboard now. Gohan intercepting the shot there, but there's Rahul, beautiful pop into the midfield. There's Trollbot versus jhzer. What is shot, but there is LA on the line, saving that one while it was bouncing down from the crossbar. Incredible stuff, but does it really count in the end?
Yeah, that's what you get from good defensive positioning, though. If he had been in the positions that we've seen so many defenders in this so far, this matches today, and they sat somewhere away from the goal line. If he'd been anywhere except where he was sitting, it would have been in. But instead, it comes off his roof and out. Just one of the many reasons why he should be in your goal, or definitely on the line when that kind of cross is coming in. But so much pressure coming out from No. In response to this, we are over halfway through the game now. They're finally showing up in offense.
But is it too late? That is the question. Because BSTK, they're quality players. They can defend their net. They haven't been too threatened at the moment. I mean, Trollbot has already 3 saves. That could be another opportunity for No, but Trollbot is high up there, popping that one into the corner. Good control from Gohan. Contest from Scoreslot doesn't really matter. There's Adley in the midfield. To Scoreslot. Oh, they were looking for the setup there. That was so close. That could have been definitely a goal. There comes jhzer, and he puts it in. 1 minute 43. Can No make it happen?
And my was very well timed there. I just saw all 3 of them on top of each other, coming from the backboard. It's so hard to read those. Like, you've got to get used to jumping way before you might expect, because there's always an attacking player coming in to try and come over the top. But the SDK not realizing that fact and all clumping up in front of their net. It's now given an avenue back for Team No. Only 1 goal in it now.
Going again. Good accurate pop there onto the backboard. LA and Scoreslot both going for it. Ball is kind of dying down in the half of No. They have to go for it. Gohan is already there. There comes Trollbot back to the mid-center position, but jhzer intercepting it right away. Scoreslot putting that one forward, but there's Rahul. Early contest on the side of BSTK has been working out really well for them, and they continue to do so. No is under a lot of pressure. 1 minute and 5 left. Mr. Rahul could be dangerous. This comes to Scoreslot, setting out himself. Gohan is not ready for this, deciding not to go for the first one. Smart decision, ends up saving that one to the side. 15 seconds left for No. They're continuing to hammer the goal. Adley not following his own pop there, unfortunately. They're not done yet. Another center pass. There comes jhzer, missing an opportunity. And BSTK, they get some time to catch some new boost and recalibrate.
Yep, it was a very weak clear in the end from Trollbot. I felt like he could have just controlled that and took it out. We know he has the skill to make some of these amazing plays from the side, going in towards the leading shot, which is exactly what I think Gohan's probably going to try and do. trying to take it into the center. Trollbot is at the back post, but a bit too late on it. Not managing to find the angle. We got 15 seconds left on the clock. No, pretty much has to score now. They are going to try. Gohan waiting on the near post. Hey, they're trying to keep it up. BSTK just have to keep it out for another 4 seconds. And they will take it to game 3. Trollbot to the center. It's not quite dropped yet. And there we go. BSDK taking game 2. Which means we get a final game 3 in this Losers Finals.
Yeah, and that is what we're looking for, right? They're definitely battling it out, and it is good to see that the SDK making a statement here. In the last game, it has been Rahul has been showing up in the series, and they're looking for a sub because Rahul definitely has some issues. We could tell during the game, and looks like they're subbing in Chaos for the last game in the series. So BSDK with yet another squad. Have we seen Trollbot going in Chaos before? I think we did, right? We've seen every squad so far.
Yeah, I think this will make it so that it's every combination of player, I believe. Or maybe it's Gohan that hasn't been moved out yet. There might still be a chance for them to prove another yet unique lineup somehow amongst them. But hey, I mean, I'm not sure how this is really going to affect. Rahul out, Chaos in. You'd think that would kind of destabilize the midfield for BSDK, but we'll have to see. You'll see what kind of mindset Chaos comes into this. They are calling like a brief timeout as they try and get Chaos in and around. So we are going to be slightly delayed going into this.
So he might actually restart his game here. But if we go back to the brackets, in between downtimes here, while Rahul is coming back, we will see that. Well, I don't have the brackets open anymore. That is unfortunate.
I do.
You do. So if we go to the brackets, we will see that Team BSDK had a rather interesting journey. So did No. But yeah, I mean, given that we're now in game 3, I can't really tell who is going to take away that game. Now that BSDK have a potential roster swap again, and Noah's performance in the first and second game, it's really hard for me to tell.
Yeah, and I mean, history would dictate that No wins this. They won this matchup. In fact, it was No that boosted semi-decent kids down into the losers bracket. So history would say that No has this in 2. In fact, it was 2-1 on that occasion as well. So it's entirely possible they come back from this and again take them 2-1. But we'll see how this new roster of Gohan, Trollbot, and Chaos manages to do against what is getting to be a pretty solid No lineup. But here we go. We've got the players back in. We can go back into the game for this final third match.
Yeah, here we go. Final match between No and BSDK. Looks like Chaos is subbing, but No is starting off strong. Open net for the scores a lot, but Gohan with a clutch save there in the end, keeping BSDK at level plugins. That should have been a goal for No, and they're gonna be quite disappointed that they didn't put that one in. But BSDK starting off strong on the first 20 seconds. On the other end, there's Trollbot, yet again looking for a pass. We've seen him doing amazing passes there. Going back to Chaos, that should be a goal. And here we go, BSDK showing No how it's done.
Yep, that was pressure piled on and on. Chaos hitting it well at the very end there. Gohan's pass just drawing out the defense. Something we've seen from Kakbukia earlier on today. So it's good to see other teams playing at that advantage as it can. With you in defense, trying to read the ball coming off the backboard. Really quite difficult to get that right. And know when to jump up and try and challenge it. So, well played. And it is so early on in this game. It's a good sign for BSDK that they might just be able to take this rematch against Team No.
It would be a great story to tell if they fight it all the way through the lower brackets just to face No yet again and beating them in the finals, losers finals that is, to go into the grand finals. But 4 minutes left on the clock. No has something to say about it. They're definitely trying their best to make it happen. But Chaos on the other hand coming out strong here. Has a bit of downtime, and that is yet again another goal for BSDK. No seem to struggle a lot in defense.
Yep, scores a lot. Complete out of position. jhzer. I'm not sure what led him there, whether it was nerves or something else. But coming in from the backboard when you have a guy on the goal line ready to clear it, such a bad decision. And that is a very simple second goal coming for BSDK.
Play on the other side, trying to make something happen for No here, but they're just giving up the ball so early. On the other side, Chaos, beautiful touch to the backboard. jhzer finally getting that one out, finding Chaos on the wall again. And again, he's just rampaging through, going, not connecting to the pass, unfortunately. It was quite difficult to read off the ceiling there. Trollbot intercepting the passing play between jhzer and Siskorzelot. Goes on the other end, looking for a center pass. Gets a bit back and forth here in the midfield, which we have seen in a couple of games already between other teams. And there's Chaos, shot opportunity, Trollbot following it up. But there's Siskorzelot patiently waiting to get that 50-50 clear.
Yep, they actually managed to read that one correctly. Think they may have learnt from their previous mistake. We'll see whether that happens again, so they can keep replicating that. Actually, that's going to be a decent pass centre. Well, they're not going to manage to get on the end of it. Chaos again in that midfield covering position. Always there with contest. The score's a lot. Gonna try and fake one out. Trollbot managed to just about get enough on it. Kind of pseudo 50-50. I think it would have been actually much worse off if it was a proper 50-50, but hey, Trollbot doing enough. Chaos going to come in from the side, actually too hard. Gohan was waiting just off screen. Come in flying for it, and he comes in again, and he manages to plant it down. 3-goal lead, just over halfway through from BSTK.
Yeah, that was a beautiful read from Gohan, anticipating the miss from Sarai. Only Etley there in the defense. 3-0 for BSTK. A bit more than half of the game is played, and it looks like BSTK advancing into the final if No doesn't show up, which they haven't done, unfortunately, in the last 3 minutes. I know they're capable of doing it, but BSTK is just too strong when it comes to continuing the pressure, carrying on the momentum. We've mentioned it a couple of times, BSTK is a momentum-based team, and that could be a fourth one. Trollbot hitting the woodwork, but there's Chaos, exposed net, and Chaos probably sealing the deal here for BSTK with their 4th goal.
Yep, it's unlike ones where you can expect tons of kick-off goals. 4 goals is quite an unassailable lead, and actually a brilliant placement from Chaos over the far side there. I think any other place and the defender would have managed to come across just about in time. But hey, 2 minutes remaining. BSTK is showing everything onto the table, and No just doesn't seem to have any kind of answer for it.
It's also a statement towards Kakalukia, which they potentially face if the score stays like that. 1 minute 37 and potential 5th goal! Well, Gohan slams that one underneath the crossbar. Siskorzelot not able to save that one. Beautiful touch there. jhzer is not able to get in the way, and Siskorzelot is just that tiny bit amount of the clear. 5-0 for BSTK. At this point, it is really, really hard for No to come back.
Yep, it feels like the difference in level is just raised so high. BSTK seems to be able to completely outwit No, not managing to predict as far into the future as they need to get in the right positions to defend some of these attacking plays from BSTK. So as you say, they are putting themselves into great position. In fact, they're showing so many good shots and passes now. This is more of the BSTK that I was hoping to see in day 1. Finally, maybe getting to see it in this roster. Okay, 5 every 12 seconds. Something like that.
Yeah, with less than 1 minute left, it definitely looks like BSTK advancing into the finals, and it is a statement towards Kakalukia as well. They should definitely look out for the offense. BSTK have been aggressive throughout the tournament, have been rewarded with it. 37 seconds left. The time is ticking versus No. Can they make it happen? It is unlikely. Trollbot taking out 2 in defense and slotting that one in for the 6th goal.
Ah, he's a little slimy one, is Trollbot. His namesake. Managing to get the little flick and turn. Not sure how he quite managed to control his car around so quickly to get ahead of him. There we go. Every 5 seconds now. Yeah, this ain't happening. BSTK is gonna book themselves into the grand final. Make that 7. Perfect looping pass. And a brilliant finish, pretty much straight off the kickoff. What a powerful pass from Trollbot. Beautiful hit
Again.
from Chaos.
Trollbot with the amazing passes. I don't know how many times he set up his teammates already. Well, that was just incredible stuff here. And with this scoreline, they even want to give him the Brazil on stream. Maybe Noah should try to deny him that, or they might just want to score and give him the Brazil as well. I'm not quite sure. With 13 seconds left on the clock, it is going to be the finals between BSDK and Kakalukia. Chaos taking on Kakalukia yet again, and here we go! The Brazil is there, 4 seconds left on the clock.
Bloody you. Yes, see, they get one back. I mean, I thought they was going to manage to get it. Actually, not too bad passes. Trollbot calling the Brazilian chat, saying it as it is. Unless they get 2 goals every second, there's no way back. I'm not sure why I'm even doing the maths at this point.
Oh no,
can
they the Brazil.
Oh, 7-2 even. Well,
Yeah.
there we go. They tried. Actually, that was a terrible kickoff, but hey, positioning wrong in the back end for the SDK. But hey, they managed to get the rematch against Team No and take it. So
Yeah.
congratulations again to BSDK. They're going to go and face Kakalukia to try and compete for that top spot, which these players have done so many times in previous tournaments. So I have to see whether they can break that deadlock and take it all the way with Kakalukia.
So definitely BSDK are the team that has been improving from the get-go, battling their way all through through the qualifiers on day 2 into the grand finals. And yeah, I mean, I've mentioned it briefly. It is Chaos yet again taking on Kakalukia, this time with a whole new lineup as well and a whole new team.
Yeah. Yeah, so many times. I think they managed to do it once, or somebody managed to. Oh, that was Hold My Beer managed to do it.
No, I don't think they
So
have done
Chaos is still waiting for his opportunity to get back at Kakalukia after all these attempts. So it'll be great to see what he comes out with coming to this final. Hoping he comes into his own.
it. Yeah.
But that will be coming soon. We will be going again into another break after we go through the Forest Green Octane giveaway. So moderator in chat, feel free to get that going. Anyone who hasn't been speaking in the last few minutes may want to put a little message in chat just to show your
Increase
interest.
the odds.
Indeed. And we'll
Wait,
roll
yeah.
that in just a second.
Yeah. And also after that, Mac Deacon. Mac Deacon has won the giveaway.
Wow.
That
Not rigged.
all right, Mac Deacon, congrats, man. Good luck with or good job with winning the Forest Green Octane.
McDeacon
So,
being our backup streamer, by the way.
Yeah, he's the backup streamer. He's also saying what? Rick giveaway. No, it's all fun and games. It's randomly picked by the bot. But yeah, here we go. Forest Green Octane goes over to Mac Deacon, so congrats. Oh, I love you too, Funky Rocky. I love you all, guys. Who's supporting Rocket League India? But yeah, also before we head into a break, we have a special treatment for you guys. There is probably the giveaway happening once we announce it, right? So, do you want to give us some insights in what they could win after the grand finals?
I mean, we've mentioned it already. It's no real secret as such.
I mean, there are some new people in the stream, so maybe you want to mention it again.
All right. Well, a number of months ago, jhzer visited India for what was I think it's the Mountain Dew 1v1 tournament, something along those lines, which in fact FTW Rahul, Father-in Rahul, managed to win. And jhzer was there meeting all the Rocket League India guys, and while he was there, he signed some Rocket League India merch. So we've got a Rocket League India mug signed by jhzer, who's going to be shipped out to whoever wins the next giveaway. So during the next game, we're going to be using the keyword Moi, all in capital letters, of course, to be the entry into this final giveaway, which will be just before the end of the stream, after whatever happens in the grand finals. So I hope you guys stay around, not least for the grand finals, but also for that opportunity to win that delivered Moi mug.
Exactly. So make sure you spam that Moi in the chat. I think one time is enough, but just to make sure, keep the chat active while we're heading into a short break. This time around, I think it will be a bit longer. We also have the final goals of the Community Cup 5 montage for you while there is the break going on. Make sure you grab a snack, you get something to drink, be prepared for the grand finals of the Community Cup number 7. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
This is efficiency on its finest.
You're not going for the demolition on Chaos, not quite getting it. Could have been dangerous. Killkeeper, that's going straight towards goal, surely not!
No way!
What
Chaos! Chaos! What the fuck? What a clutch save, but the situation ain't over yet. Rahul goes up.
Yeah, that was great from Fibo. He's had 2 or 3 very awkward positions to try and get it out and hardly managed to.
No way!
No way!
What a touch! Just tapping it.
Cutting the pace, allowing it to drop straight down.
Look at that! Oh my god, what a play from Two-Face. I can't believe this.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it is time! The grand finals of the Rocket League India Community Cup number 7 are finally here. And of all the teams participating, it is going to be the finals between Team BSDK, aka Boosted Semi-Decent Kids, and the all-time favorites, and probably favorites in this finals too, Kakalukia. And with me today, through the whole tournament, obviously, is my lovely co-caster Grandy. How you doing, man? Well, he's muted, so he cannot really respond, I guess.
It is. I am here. Don't worry, I am here, ladies and gentlemen.
Man, that was such a great introduction.
It was pretty good. You were more excited about this than you are about Christmas by a long shot.
I don't like Christmas, so whatever. Just get me the finals, man.
Indeed. You're semi-decent kids. I would like to say that BSDK has come pretty far. Coming all the way through yesterday's tournament, even though they had quite a star-studded roster from previous tournaments. Yeah. So they always have a shot against Kakalukia. It's always very close. But Kakalukia usually has the edge against these teams. It's interesting. With Spodelad's return, they've come all the way through a very clean run into the finals, like they did all the way back, like half a year ago at least. But I don't think we should keep waiting too much longer. Just a reminder again, we do have the jhzer mug giveaway going on during this matchup. So type in Moi in capital letters in the chat sometime in the last... during this series, and you'll be entered into the giveaway for that signed mug.
Moi guys, Flazer here. Making stuff up. No, anyway, I'm excited. It is going to be great. We will probably do a recap after the grand finals and hang out with you guys for a couple moments. But for now, get the teams in. Let's start the grand finals of the Community Cup number 7.
Alright, and we're in.
Let's go. Guys, who do you think is going to win it? Grandy, quick prediction. Who do you think is going to take away the finals? It is the best of 5.
Kakalukia.
Kakalukia. Alright. We'll
That's
see.
as quick as I can get. But I'm hoping I'm wrong. I'm hoping that BSDK can really show it to them. If they can keep their heads cool and play like they did towards the end of that last series, then they have a shot.
Chat, who do you think... Chat, who do you think is going to win this? But let's get into the game. Looks like BSDK asking questions right off the bat, but Kakalukia is definitely a powerhouse in defense as well as in offense, so it will take a lot from BSDK to break their line. Doing an okay job keeping the ball in Kakalukia's half. That demo from Chaos could be crucial, and what a touch from Trollbot!
Yeah, he was the initial pass through into the middle. Chaos getting off the back, and Spoda, terrible landing from him. I mean, there was nothing much he could do beyond that, and I think even the guy at the back post who got demolished wasn't going to have much of a chance against such a powerful shot in the near post. So unfortunate start from Kakalukia. I don't think that says all too much at the beginning. Other than the fact that BSDK are coming out with a vengeance against these guys.
Yeah, I know that Chaos... I know that Chaos embraces the physical playstyle quite a lot, and it works just fine. There could be a second opportunity. Chaos missing the open net. Spoiler was beaten to the ball, but he couldn't get the angle, unfortunately. And BSDK starting off really strong in this game 1, but we know that Kakalukia has, Kakalukia is definitely not the strongest team in game 1, but that is an open net for Guacamole. And BSDK, unfortunately, showing off that they have definitely some weaknesses in the defense.
Yep, double commit from Gohan and Trollbot. Again, Gohan does seem to get tunnel vision into those things sometimes. I think he definitely should have been revolving. That's also, I guess, another way of saying rotating back. But yeah, such an easy shot in the end, being lifted over the top, a misread from both players on BSDK. But hey, we're back at level pegging. It's everything to play for once again.
Exactly. It's also an interesting fact that the players we see right here have been playing, I think, 4 out of 6 have been playing in India B and India A in the 1E Asian Cup, so
Right.
they're definitely the elite that we see here, the majority, and they're showing this. It's quite a close game. 1 minute 30 in, shot opportunity for Guacamole. Finds the crossbar there, unfortunately. Double commit on the side of BSTK in defense yet again. Chaos is out of the play. Gohan is AFK on the line. Doesn't matter, the ball is missing, and Guacamole slots that one in. Kakalukia coming out strong.
Oh, that's gotta feel bad. You wonder what on earth was going on at Gohan's end. Disconnect, like a connection problem? Or was it... It was a Cortana. Cortana had opened on... Gotta love Windows 10. It opened in front of his screen and all tapped him out.
Hello, how can I help you?
What? Yeah, how can I help you?
To the guy, what the hell?
Yeah.
Must be
Wow.
raging in the back. That's actually quite funny.
That is hilarious. I've never heard that happening, at least not in a setting like this. Of all times for that to come out. Well, Flame's dead. Hey, the play continues.
Anyway, back into the game, we see Guacamole is trying to seal the deal here, at least temporarily, for Kakalukia and BSTK. They might be thrown off by the fact that Windows, of all the things that could happen, Windows is trying to make it even harder for BSTK. But there is plenty of opportunities for them to come back. 2 minutes and 30. We just entered the second half of the match to come back. Spoilerland sees the open net. Can he get the second touch? He's looking for it. Unfortunately, hits it the wrong way. Kakalukia is still continuing to pressure. There comes Guacamole, fakes it out. NOD has an easy time putting that one in.
Yep. Not terrible, too terrible a clearance. Anadeep just tapping it up. Guacamole coming across. I think he was trying to hit that somehow. It doesn't quite read it correctly, and the defender baited out by that flying across from Guac. And that will make it now 3-1, just over halfway through this game.
BSTK, despite looking strong at the beginning, are struggling even more now. Trollbot not the best clear. Double commit on the side of Kakalukia might open up things for BSTK. Trollbot is looking for that pass, takes it up the wall. Beautiful control on his side. He's looking for that air trigger, but there's Chaos ADM onto the backboard. Where's Gohan? There he is. Goes the complete opposite of where he should go. Beautiful contest there from Guacamole. But Chaos is back on the line. 1 minute 46 left. Can BSTK make it happen? Long clear from Chaos, asking questions towards NOD, but he's just too good of a player to really let that one go in.
Yeah, no, he's too solid to miss a simple aerial in front of net. I think he's wanting to let the nerves get the best of him, really. Which is what is needed in a situation like this. We are in the grand finals in the best of 5. Obviously, it's his first game. We haven't seen these two teams play against each other until now. We're seeing already Kakalukia, just such a powerhouse. Putting up so much pressure and asking so many questions of the BSTK defense, which have gone half unanswered, really.
Yeah, but it's just the spacing on the side of BSTK is atrocious at the moment. Yet another triple commit in the midfield. Cannot do that versus Kakalukia. And while I'm saying this, they're all three in the same area again. With 50 seconds left on the clock, it looks kind of grim for them. That could be an opportunity, but Energy slots it past Trollbot. Chaos, on the other hand, that's actually a decent pass to Gohan. The hit is hard and wide, but is it good enough? There is Gohan yet again. 50-50 in favor of BSTK. Energy missing the ball. That is a shot for Trollbot, and what a save from Guacamole, slotting that one into the crossbar, saving that one, and that was definitely important. That was crucial to save that shot.
Yeah, that would have been getting you back to 1 goal in it. They have only got 20 seconds to get 2 goals to equalize. And they are trying their darndest. This is going to go forward. Gohan just about missing it.
Oh,
What, deciding to go back though, and Guacamole is going to bait them all out whilst going reverse. A few extra style points. But yeah, that will be the game 1 going over to Kakalukia. Entry from the winner's bracket.
yeah, and I have to say, I'm a bit surprised, I have to say. Because Kakalukia, generally speaking, of our experience, their weakest game is normally game 1. After that, they tend to pretty much wreck everyone in the competition. And they have been looking fairly strong in game 1 already, so I'm not sure how it will go for BSTK from now on. They had a couple of issues. They have been pretty strong in in the first minute, I would say. Then Cortana came in and changed the game pretty much. But yeah, who do you think is having the go? You still think it's Kakalukia? And what's the chat thinking?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still for Kakalukia, I think the combination of these two players is just so good. I've always loved Spoda and the way he plays. Even with him being slightly less active of late, especially from participation, he is now back with a vengeance. I mean, he didn't score too much in this one, but I do think he is the kind of glue that Kakalukia were looking for. But hey, BSDK trolled by Cortana. I'm sure they can come back into game 2 with a fresh palette. At least I hope so.
I've read in chat Cortana MVP. I definitely agree. That's really funny. But yeah, I think given the past and that we have the super lineup of Kakalukia reunited again, I'll give it to Kakalukia as well. It needs a lot from BSDK to convince me that they have a go in this final, in this grand final, that is. So let's see who is going to take it away. I mean, if Kakalukia loses the final, there will be a bracket reset anyway. So they have 2 goes, and that is a good start. Beautiful challenge from Chaos in front of the net. Guacamole not capable of controlling that ball. That is a good start, man.
Yep, good pushing from Chaos to just punish that so quickly. Saw the way it was bouncing up, had a better read on it than Guacamole. He was coming in kind of from behind of it. But yeah, early 8-second goal. It's exactly what BSDK would have wanted. They just have to be careful that they don't do the exact same thing up the other end.
Borderlab putting that one to the side was actually initially for Chaos, and what is going on with Kakalukia's defense? They're having some troubles. Enodeep and Guacamole both going for that. Wide clear from Enodeep. Could be dangerous for BDSK. Trollbot is there, picking the boost. Doesn't matter. Guacamole slots it across the net. Sportlet wisely decided not to go for his 2 players of BDSK. Have it back, going with the air drag. But there is Enodeep, and that could be dangerous if they don't intercept that. Sportlet not with the best touch there. Not really threatening Trollbot on the line there whatsoever. Still Kakalukia who's playing Guacamole. Putting that one on the net, but Trollbot yet again, probably one of the most solid players in this whole tournament so far. Making sure that ball is going anywhere but line.
Yeah, but the pressure continues. In fact, they have found the gap. Enodeep coming in with his accuracy. Finding the slot in between Trollbot and Gohan. Gohan and Trollbot both looking to go and make that tackle. Gohan being the close one, but terribly positioned to come in from the side. But that will be the equalizer. Coming out just over a minute into this game, and Enodeep is going to flip it round. So easy for Enodeep, a player of his caliber. I mean, great 50-50 in the center. And a little flip up is all they needed. Again, a double commit from BSDK.
I mean, all of a sudden, in a matter of seconds, Kakalukia is completely turning around that game. That is the strength of the #1 Indian team. And BDSK, they're pretty much disappointed at this point, giving up their opportunities and advantages just like that. But they're not done yet. Chaos, beautiful touch to Trollbot. Trollbot doesn't find the angle. Gets intercepted and annoyed by Energy, but they're not done yet. It is dangerous what they're doing. They're beating Kakalukia to the ball at the moment. Energy doesn't have a lot of boost, puts it to the side. Guacamole following up clear from Guacamole. Gets missed. Bit of trouble there off the backboard too. Chaos putting that one back into the center, but there's nobody there. Spodalat to Enodeep, and Trollbot is out of position. Enodeep in front of the net to Guacamole. Shot opportunity. But unfortunately, he cannot connect to that pass from Enodeep.
Yeah, and now we see Trollbot taking it up the field. Gets intercepted. Good touch from Gohan. Impressive angle he got from that, given where he was flying from. Touch midfield. Spoda's going to get a much better read on that. And that is going to be the third. Beautiful goal from Spoda. The first of the game for him. And he read that so well. Off his butt. Into the top right hand corner. Giving Kakalukia the firm lead now. 2 minutes in.
Yeah, and they definitely look different than compared to game 1. That's what I was saying. Kakalukia have the thing that they look strong from the second game onwards. But BSDK, they're not done yet. Chaos doesn't get the touch he was looking for. Now Trollbot has to watch out. Guacamole is looking for it, but gets intercepted by Gohan while going for that ball. Good on him. Physical play was one of the bigger factors on the side of BSDK in game 1, so they might want to return to that. so far it is Kakalukia who are asking the questions, who are dictating the pace of the game. Beautiful pop from Gohan to Trollbot, and that is a beautiful passing play. It might be the statement that BSDK needed.
Yeah, beautiful pop there. Gohan just tapping it down for Trollbot to finish. As you say, just what they were looking for. Just what they need to actually start coming out with if they're going to get past the Kakalukia defense. So we know these guys are so solid in their gameplay. So, finally making a statement. In fact, is that going to be another Nilly? Chaos nearly managing to get the second touch that fell on him. Doesn't quite make it, though. And now, Kakalukia trying to make a passing play of their own, albeit very, very slowly. And hey, they actually managed to get something slowed down to a much more reasonable pace. Both teams had their moments. I just want to settle into it just a little bit more.
But they have to be worried. BSDK showing in this second game that they are dangerous until the time runs out. And with one goal in between, or one goal difference, they're not out of this yet. Good touch there from Gohan, taking out energy off the play momentarily, but he's back just in time. 2 players from BSDK in the same corner. Doesn't really give them a lot of options to pass it. Energy versus Trollbot. Good contest. That could be a dangerous 50-50. Spoiler is in the right position.
Whoa.
And that is Gohan looking for the double touch. Finds Chaos in the corner. Beautiful pinch there off the wall. It could be dangerous. Trollbot is all the way up in the air there from the midfield. Going again, looking for the double touch, finding the net, but that enables Trollbot for the equalizer. BSDK coming back in this game too.
Yeah, Guacamole completely out of boost, doesn't manage it. And a deep jumping for almost no reason. I think Spodo was always going to be in front of that ball in a better position to try and take it, but still, it managed to evade both of them. And BSDK thread the needle and into the goal, making this a tied game. 1 minute left to go. Could be either of them at this point.
Could be dangerous.
Oh,
Nobody's there. Chaos making it questionable here too.
Oh,
That's some energy. No, Chaos, what are you doing?
What's going on? Oh, he was not expecting that to come off in that particular direction. Again, like earlier, wrong place, wrong time. Just being caught out with positioning. Oh man, that's got to feel so bad for BSDK. I mean, if they do lose this game, they will be against a match point for Kakalukia. Chaos will lose his chance to beat them once again. But hey, is that going to be another one? 5-3. Trying to seal the deal here. Anudeep with his 4th goal of the game. Showing again why he is potentially the best player in India.
Oh man, the nerves are getting towards BSDK after such a huge comeback from them. They're throwing the game at the moment. 45 seconds left on the clock. They can make it happen, but they have to step up even more just to make sure to come back, because Kakalukia on the run. Energy is warmed up and showing us why he's the #1 player in India. Missing the shot there, unfortunately, but Spoiler is there to back him up. Gohan looking for the clear. Can he recover in time? No, it does not look like it. Guacamole, beautiful pop in the center. Kakalukia has gone back. Spoiler with a shot. Trollbot with yet another save. There goes Energy. Gets double committed on the wall there. That is an open net for Energy. Energy with the 5th goal in the final.
Yep. If there was any time to show up for real, he chose the good one. And what a touchdown. And the touchdown from Spoiler combined with the recovery from Anu just to get that swift turn. Seeing that he had that opportunity was very good from him. And that's going to pop middle. I mean, 3 goals in 6 seconds ain't going to happen. Although they might get one. Yeah, they get one back. 2 seconds left to spare. But that is probably going to be game 2 going over to Kakalukia.
Yeah, but what a performance increase from BSDK, I have to say. This is promising for the next game, despite them being on the line. I hope the nerves don't get to them too much, because they can definitely carry on the momentum. Such a momentum-based team. But yeah, they're on the line now. Kakalukia 2-0 in the grand finals. It is a best of 5 after all. So, BSDK, can they make it happen? Can they make the reverse sweep happen? That is the question. And they're requesting a sub as well, so might be changing their roster once again.
I'm not sure. Mid-series, I think we may have made an exception for the sake of Rahul unable to actually be able to play. So unless Cortana's really going full ham on Gohan's machine, I think that will probably be a no. Yep, it's a no from the moderator. So they do have to stick with their current roster, unless there's technical issues. So we are going to go in with the same rosters as we've had before. No changes. And it's up to BSDK to make the reverse sweep now. And then do it again.
Exactly, but it is... If there's one team that has proven themselves to take on Kakalukia, it is BSDK overall, so quite confident that they're not done yet. Hopefully that will show us that they're a potent team. Here we go, Kakalukia, BSDK, Game 3. BSDK are on the line right now. Gohan has an incredible 300 ping, so hopefully that will resolve itself out. But here we go, that could be the last game of the stream. I hope you guys cheer in the chat. Who is your favorite, BSDK or Kakalukia? Let us know right now.
It might all come down to this, we're not sure. All depends on what happens in the next few minutes. Kakalukia looking really strong though. Like, you can see the spacing of them. Beautiful triangle wisping his way around the field. Gonna go to Anna Deep. He's gonna tap it up high. Boda getting ahead of Chaos. A good tap middle from Gohan. Oh, Guacamole, sorry. Starts the same letter. Hey, good pass up the field from Gohan this time. He's going to try and get it back from Chaos. Oh, he almost makes it. Robot with the pass from the side. Quite a hard, fast hit. Doesn't manage to get it past the waiting defender though.
Yeah, BSDK, I don't know, man. That look a bit discouraged here. Kakalukia taking their time. They know that they have a major advantage in this final. Energy taking out 2 players with that pop. Control and Trollball is rather good. Sets up Energy actually, but Guacamole decided to wait in the back half of Kakalukia. BSDK. Pass could be good for Trollball. He pops it up. Chaos versus 2. Energy ends up saving that one. But to make sure Kakalukia doesn't get scored on. Here goes Enerdeep. He doesn't have a lot of boost. Gohan and Trollbot get beaten by Enerdeep. Smart play from him, but there's Chaos. Winning 2 50-50s in a row. BSDK definitely trying their best to come back in the series. Gohan onto the backboard. Guacamole and Enerdeep both up there. Not the best clear, but it turns out to be alright. Trollbot looking for a passing play, but Gohan was not ready for that, unfortunately. And yeah, BSDK, they're definitely looking strong in this Game 3. But is it good enough? That is the question.
Yep, they seem to be doing less double commits actually, just to say that. Attempt to passing play, I think, from Chaos and Trollbot. Gohan left alone in defense. Komole's going to be the one to come out on top of that. Deep gets a chance to flick it middle. Doesn't quite get the control he needed to actually flick that once more. Trollbot doing well to tap it. In fact, he's taking it center now. Spoda getting a decent clearance all the way up midfield. Chaos flying round, twirling his way. Excellent save from Gohan. Going to be a long, hard hit from Chaos. Trying to go for the demolition, doesn't find it. But that is going to be there to make the clearance. But yeah, the spacing's actually coming out to be much better from the BSD.
Oh, Trollbot.
Trollbot coming out with an amazing save. They finally managed to get it out once more onto another shot. So close.
That could be an opportunity. Energy getting on the final touch there. But BSDK definitely asking questions. They go for a lot of backward passes or backward shots, which Kakalukia has shown so far. They're not struggling a lot with that. Trollbot in the end winning a 50-50 versus 2. Chaos taking it slow, but there comes Energy. What is he going to do? Takes the booster away from Chaos as well. Beautiful pop there in the midfield. Spotlight a bit too close for Spotlight to put that one in. There's Energy. Pop from him in the top left corner. Beautiful placement. And Kakalukia putting BSDK on the line once again.
Oh, and Spoda utterly thwacked Gohan out of the way. I think Gohan was going to be the defender to actually try and cover that angle. So well done to Spodalad to actually mush him way out of the picture, enabling what was a fairly simple shot from Enerdeep. But well done to him to get into the right place to get that shot on target. And he does not miss those kind of shots. But hey.
Oh,
what on earth?
Oh! What? I mean, I saw Chaos trying to get in the way of Enerdeep, and Trollbot reads that one perfectly.
Wow.
What a boomer that was, and Guacamole is not there to react in time. Slots that one in himself, but Trollbot, is just coming out massive in the situation. Equalizer for BSTK.
Yeah, wow. I think the pace of the ball just completely stunned the defense. Getting caught on their near post, but that leaves BSDK with a chance to come back in on this. This is coming down a good 50-50 from Anideep, which is much needed. But BSDK has tasted blood, and they're still going to come out on the offense. Gohan just about missing. Again, a fairly open opportunity. Had he just touched that just the slightest little bit. So we're into the final minute of the game. It's match point for Kakalukia. BSDK has to come out with something very shortly.
Oh, Trollbot is showing off this match. Do you see that touch towards Chaos? Unfortunately, he was not ready for that. 40 seconds left on the clock. BSDK, they're trying their best to get it into a game 4, but any goal at this point will probably decide who is taken away. Game number 3. Beautiful touch. Trollbot onto the backboard. Is somebody there to finish the play? No, Anideep misses it. Go, another opportunity. Puts it high to the backboard. There's Chaos. Stopping that one down, but it's a bit wide to left. Trollbot again. Incredible angle. Is somebody there going looking for it? Going doesn't go for it. He does, but it doesn't end up being a goal for BSDK.
Woo. Holy. Yeah, you could be like an auctioneer at this point. Goodness, with that rate. Guacamole is actually going to get this out. We are 1-0, so this is going to be an overtime to decide whether Kakalukia is going to get this or that is awkward.
No, that's dangerous. Looking for it.
Not quite.
Oh, my heart,
so
man.
Close. We go into overtime in game 3 of the grand finals, first half. If BSDK get this, then we go into a bracket. No, we don't go in the brackets. They stay in the match, and it goes to 2-1. If Kakalukia get it, they win the championship, the Community Cup number 7. It's all hanging on this next goal. BSDK are trying so hard, keeping it so far in the Kakalukia half. Guacamole will now eventually get it out, although awkward tap. I can tell who you're rooting for, man. You really want this to go on.
Another game. It's so exciting. But Kakalukia, they're on the run here. Anideep getting mushed away from Gohan. Is somebody there to help him up? Guacamole versus Trollbot now. Guacamole! No, there's Trollbot! Incredible save! Keeping BSDK in the game, but there's Spoodle. That is going to be Kakalukia taken away. Community Cup number 7. But what a game to finish off the tournament.
Oh, and it was a good shot to end it. You gotta feel Gohan could have done better in the net. But there we have it. Kakalukia being the strong force, as they're known to be, all the way through this tournament. Not dropping a single game throughout the entire thing. Beautiful play coming out for them, and a well-deserved win in the end. And very well-deserved placement in second from BSDK.
Yeah, well, BSDK definitely showing up in the last 2 matches. It was an exciting series. I'm a bit unfortunate that it was a 3-0 sweep for Kakalukia. It doesn't represent the quality of gameplay that we have seen here. But man, that was some intense stuff. Kakalukia again winning the the Community Cup for what, the 4th or 5th time? It's just showing that they are the force to be reckoned with in this Indian scene. But man, the teams are getting closer, and I mean, I have to say, sorry for Chaos for getting beaten by Kakalukia once again.
Yeah, I've got to feel bad, man. But hey, maybe someday he'll join their squad. Get that taste of what it's like to be alongside those guys. But we'll see. 2-1 final scoreline in game 3. Kakalukia taking away the finals. They get the main share of that 5,000 plus rupee prize, as well as any share of the Matrino stuff. Always getting involved in that. And again, if you want to give those guys any more, or if you want to participate in future in terms of helping out with the funding, then there's always Patreon at the bottom of the screen in one of the panels. And the Matrino if you want to give these guys who you've just seen win a bit of extra cash for the pocket.
Exactly. So, and now that we've had such an... First of all, congrats to Kakalukia. Well-deserved final. Not dropping a single game in this in this tournament. But also, now we're coming to probably the most exciting part. But also, before we get into the giveaway that we've all been waiting for, make sure you spam the capital Moi in the chat so you get a chance of winning Rocket League merch signed by the one and only jhzer. Before that, we have a bit of an announcement going on. We were talking about it earlier today. There is the 1&E annual charity stream on the Sunday, the 17th. So next Sunday, that is, where all revenue that is earned during the tournament goes towards the charity Action Against Hunger. The goal is a $3,000 goal. It's a Rumble 3-3 of unlimited boost. The group stages, there will be group stages and a single elimination playoffs. There is a command in the chat, as you can see right now. Make sure you register there, do something for a good cause. But we have also exciting news regarding Rocket League India.
Oh, yeah. Well, we don't have any graphics for this yet, and it's very hot off the press. But we can sort of almost rumor that there is a Rocket League Indian Open tournament that will be coming soon in the new year to the Rocket League India scene, which is a tournament open not only to India, but to the entire of Asia. So that is going to be a new venture coming out to sort of open up the Indian scene a bit more to outside influence, get some high-level players from other scenes to come along and play. Almost like a very toned-down Asian Cup in many ways. But so yeah, that's a huge thing to be excited about going into the new year. It just shows how much the Asian scene is really growing. So watch out for the Rocket League India Open coming to a Twitch channel, this Twitch channel, sometime soon.
Yeah, also make sure you join the Discord and follow their Twitter, which is at Rocket League at Rocket League EN over at Twitter. They also have an interesting, just as a matter of fact, they also have a play of the day sequence there. So if you go to the Discord, you can submit your best plays to get a chance to be featured on their Twitter account. But yeah, guys, I think it is time for the giveaway that we've all been waiting for. I see that you've been rather active with the Moist Spam. So yeah, I think let's do it. Let's find out who is going to get the Rocket League India mug, who is signed by the almighty jhzer.
Yep. So we'll leave it to that. I think Guacamole is finally going jhzer mug giveaway. Tons of moys, all the moys. We do know that it seemed like jhzer really loved his time over in India. He seemed to be very high praise of it back on his account, and that is Singardish has won the giveaway. Congratulations to Singardish. It's Dizzo. Congratulations to Dizzo. You are now the proud owner of the jhzer mug. Congratulations, Dizzo.
Of all the people, it is Dizzo.
Of course.
I mean, more guys, it's Dizzo here. Congrats for winning the jhzer mug.
Indeed.
So here we go, guys. But I'm quite sure there will be more stuff like this happening in the future, especially with the open tournaments. But yeah, I mean, you want to recap the tournament a bit? We also have some more categories for you guys to reveal. It's I think player of the tournament, as well as what was it? Most promising talent or something like that.
Most promising talent, and yeah, I think it's that. I think you've got it on the head. So we've got two different things to give away to players of this tournament. So the player of the tournament will win a slipstream, I believe, while the most promising talent wins a saffron. I believe it's saffron
Crown,
set,
saffron mantis, and saffron fireflies.
Saffron mantis set. And so I guess we have to put it down potentially to the chat. So these categories, one of which is overall player of the tournament. That can pretty much be anyone. Person who's stood out in some of the games you've been playing for his good teamwork, good passing, or good shooting, whatever categories may be, good sportsmanship even. And of the promising talent, that is just going to be from teams that came up through that first and second day that made it into day 3. So those guys in chat, if you want to try and nominate a player, obviously not yourself, to be one of those positions, then we will give those 2 items or 2 sets of items away very, very soon.
Yeah, so Yeah, so we're just waiting a bit for you guys to give us a hint. I think both of us have an idea who could be each of each winner of the categories. So people are voting for Trollbot as well as Wyatt. So far, I see Gohan in there. Trollbot again.
I'm just gonna look at the team listing from the Smash page and see who has come by in the last couple of days.
Yeah, so I mean, while we're waiting for the chat to respond, Grandy, who do you think is who is your favorite player of the tournament? I mean, we both are deciding. Your chat is just giving us hints, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of players from the promising talent, I'd say Trollbot coming back from his long absence has played seriously well in this tournament. And even though he was a bit sort of in his 1v1 head to begin with, he definitely ended the tournament with such a crazy series of play. I mean, he came up with so many sort of scenarios that even outwitted some Kakalukia. So I'd definitely say, for me, Trollbot would be the promising talent. And for the player of the tournament, I think I would vote for Anudeep, honestly. I know that's very classic of me, but he is very consistent with all this.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm a bit... I wouldn't agree with the player of the tournament. Most promising talent overall. I'm not quite sure yet, but the player of the tournament for me is either Cortana or Trollbot, honestly. Because I think I've been fanboying a bit during the stream, but that is for good reasons, because Trollbot has been the absolute powerhouse in every aspect for BSDK. Like, he's been... offensive-wise, he's been incredible. He didn't score the majority of goals, but he set up his teammate so many times with smart infield passes that I think that he definitely deserves that spot. Anudeep obviously has been very strong, but Trollbot has been capable of enabling his teammates quite a while. Defensive-wise, he had incredible saves. He won a lot of 2v1s in the defense when it really counts. He wasn't choking as much. So I think overall player of the tournament for me will be Trollbot.
Yeah,
and
I will
Uprising
gladly agree
Talent
with that.
overall should be, I think, Team No, honestly, because they've been the underdogs. They have been playing
You can
so
only
well.
choose one player. You can only choose
We
one
can only
player.
Okay, who's...
I know. I was thinking Team No. I'm looking at the stats from yesterday. I'm just seeing who had. I guess it's probably between Sir Ale and Sir Scores a lot. Sir Ale, Sir Eight.
Aitel.
I keep forgetting which way it's meant to be. Let's have a look. So overall in the categories, I guess it's a race between Sir Aitel and Sir Scores a lot. Then in that case, we can do it based on stats from there.
Yeah, I think so.
Essentially?
They've been rather close.
Okay, so goals per game they were equal. Assists per game they were equal.
Interesting.
Saves per game goes to that's useful. So Aitel won saves per game, and so Scores a lot got shots per game. So they're ahead in one category each.
It's
So what do
rather
you think?
tough, I would say. I think it is Ole, Adley, whatever you want to call him, because he has been showing up in day two a lot. He's been scoring the majority of goals and put No a couple of times on the line. When he was there when No was on the line, and his goals are rather crucial for the whole tournament. So I would give it to Sir Ole Adley, whatever his name is. I'm sorry, dude. You have to help us with that. That is like, it's the second tournament. We don't know how to pronounce your name, so you have to help us out with that. But yeah, I would definitely give the rising talent of the tourney to Sir Ole.
Yep, so that is going to be it. Our player of the tournament is going to be Trollbot, so huge round of applause in chat to him. He'll receive the Slipstream Black Market decal just as a thanks for being so amazing so far in this tournament.
Well done.
And the
Definitely
rising
deserved.
talent winner of the Saffron Mantis set will go over to Sir Ole or Sir 8le or Sir 8le. However his name is pronounced. Maybe he can teach us after this. But there we go. That is our final... I believe that's our final wrap-up of the day. Is there anything else I have to say other than saying who we are and signing off, I believe?
I mean, huge thanks to the production team. Huge thanks for Nerd Gaming to help us out with this tournament. He has done an incredible job. Huge thanks to everyone from the Rocket League administrator team making this Community Cup possible, making it as good as I can hope. This was so smooth. It was the smoothest Community Cup we had ever, I would say.
Yep.
Great. So there's definitely improving happening behind the scenes, guys. So don't be too harsh on your Rocket League India staff. They're doing an incredible job. So a huge thanks to everyone who has made this tournament happening. Also Dixie, Nish, and Ace for the moderation, and everyone else being active in the Twitch chat. But yeah, I think we will sign it off with our socials, and then we'll head into the end screen. And I wish you a good night. So where can they find you, Randy?
As always, I'm on Discord. Discord name is Grandy, hashtag 0243. Or Twitter, which is I am GrandyB, all one word. I'm sure there is some kind of...
There's a command, yeah.
Command, that's one. So there's that. And then, of course, for you...
Well, they can find me on Twitter at PlayingBastard. So it's the same as my name, pretty much. You will find updates towards my personal streams, as well as Division 6 stuff and general casting. If you want to follow my casting, mostly it's two of us anyway, so they'll find us there eventually. And also, we both are leading a community, which is all based around Rocket League, but also the community aspects. If you want to follow our work, want to hang out with us more in the future, you can find us over at Division 6. It is division6.org. You'll find every link that you need. If you want to follow us, we also have a Twitter and YouTube and whatsoever. But yeah, I think that is pretty much it. So huge thanks for everyone to come by. Huge thanks for everyone to make this tournament as successful as it was. But I think we're going to go to bed and wish you a good night as well. My name is FlameBastard.
And I'm Grandy, and we will leave you with the Community Montage number 4 once again. And thank you so much for coming along once more, and good night.
Good night, guys.
Hero. I wanna be a hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums, and a horse is drawn to the kingdom come. Through the pale moonlight, our hearts ignite to the call. Oh, claim your prize for a crown of stars. In the name of love, be the sacrifice. You and I will stand and fight, our backs to the wall.
Get an opportunity now. Looks like he's out of boost. Can't really catch up to the ball. Chaos now.
Chaos.
What
are we doing?
He's going. Oh, what a shot from Chaos ADM! That is incredible.
All the way. That was from way within his own half. What are that?
like a ram in front of him to hit the ball. Quite an interesting technique. Chaos gonna try and hit it center.
Fibo, what a-
Yeah, Fibo, what a hit on
What a
Spoda.
play
What
from
a goal.
Fibo.
I mean, that's incredible.
Look at that. Spodalat was
Turns
already
around.
on his way, but Fibo
Ooh.
hitting him mid-air. Completely mopping the save from favor of roster 1. Dizzo trying to get it past the defense, doesn't get a good touch. Milantanoa gets bumped in the process. That's a shot they need to get to it, and Popo and Elniki both combine. But what a redirect from Milantanoa in the midfield, making sure it's another goal for Blackout. So that was a really hard clear there, and perfect touch there. Dizzo didn't expect it at all, went for the boost, perfectly centered there.